Okay.
See our voices.
Starting over? We're doing it?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'll start over.
Take 2.
Welcome to Natural 20 Proof, the show that exists because drinks are good, friends are better, and the dice gods own our souls.
See, that was better.
There we go. It worked out. I got to warm up in there. We are broadcasting live from the McMinnville Mead Hall up in McMinnville, Oregon. So if you like honey drinks, then come here for all your mead needs. We are also using Sirenscape's online beta web player for this campaign, in which you can custom create all manner of sound sets, sound files, and moods to fit any sort of game that you might be doing. The real quick note on masks, as always, continue to wear your masks, folks. Even if you're vaccinated, still important. It's a matter of public courtesy. It helps people feel comfortable, and also, you never know. Shit gets weird sometimes, and masks are that final line of defense to make sure that we can all be freaking done with this as soon as possible. So, I'm so ready to get back to karaoke, everybody. It needs to happen.
They're not just good for COVID. They also help prevent the spread of the flu, the cold. You don't want to get sick at all.
It's true. Once all this is done, keep your masks around and wear them if you're not feeling good. Because,
Or
then
stay
we can.
home.
Yeah, I mean that too. But this is America. Oof. Anyway, excuse me. We are at a table for fantasy games. So,
I believe I was rolling a con save for disease, right?
yeah, everybody. I guess so. Yeah, but that's for doing crimes. Not for anyway. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. Make sure to subscribe on our Twitch channel. Subscribe on YouTube. Check us out. We are posting anything on YouTube over time. Just if you missed anything from today's session or want to figure out what happened last session or any of the previous ones. So make sure you go check us out there. No. Not yet, but we're gonna keep. Yeah, we're gonna keep those coming out as we come along, folks. Life do be busy sometimes. So I think that basically covers everything.
Let's do it.
Just a real quick announcement as well. Between the 18th and the 1st, we're not going to be having any. Anor sessions. I think we're going to be trying to do some one shots in that meantime, but maybe possibly we'll see. We'll talk about it and announce on Twitter about it. But
18th and the 1st.
18th through the 1st, I'm going to be out of town, so it'll be. We're going to be taking a brief hiatus from that. Going to Costa Rica.
Date-wise, Anor will not broadcast on the 20th or the 27th of June.
Perfect.
And then we will be back on the 4th.
I mean,
maybe not the 4th of July.
Oh yeah.
Well, then we will be back on the 11th.
Yeah. Well, maybe we just continue our one shot again. I don't know. We'll find out. Just so I can get my ass handed to me some more.
I would like that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you would. Are you really though? I've had a whole freaking week to think about how to deal with Krogash, so this will be fine.
On the 4th at this hour, anyways.
Probably family stuff. We'll figure it out. Maybe we will be back in the 4th. You don't know, because we don't know.
Barbecue and drunk.
All right, let's go ahead and roll on in, everybody.
All right.
Final answer.
Okay.
Oh, that's way better than last time.
Yeah, but last time went pretty well.
Yeah, we want the low numbers. We don't want you to see the 18.
But we're not superstitious.
We're good on this side.
It's fine. Yeah, D&D players are never superstitious. All right, so last time on Cala Anor, all of you are down in the town of Bara, on the border of the lake Eloir, where a large number of the various trade goods and shipments and caravans of different Savoynes all across Anor tend to move through, carrying goods from Abinlock in the Mistlands of Relgar down into the southern deserts of where Vesic rules. Bara is sort of an in-between, sort of a hub where traders often, it's sort of become its own little trading hub in general, where many traders just stop there and make their transactions happen. And others just kind of pause there briefly before heading on out. All of you are down here for a brief hiatus before you head into the Claw Garden, a windswept landscape of palm trees and monsoons to the southwestern portion of Anor, where you are headed to acquire well, perhaps acquire, perhaps influence a conflict one way or another, around a legendary magical component known as a Fathom Pearl, which resides in the heart of a creature known as the Sand Mother. You are currently in Bar after escorting Cadius LaRue, a Savoyne, down to this area where you protected him from some bandits. He parted ways amicably, and they're going to be heading out south while you all begin your journey into the Claw Garden. During your pause, however, you met a familiar figure to Desmond, turning out to be his long-lost brother, Ethan, who they don't have the best relationship with. Ethan claimed to have changed, to have a new purpose in life, and all that would be required for him to pursue this purpose was the recipe left to Desmond by his mother. There was an extended kind of debate, argument, conversation between the party and Ethan out in the Lemon Grove, and upon the conversation going south, he went ahead and summoned an entire group of his Sunsworn, a group of foes who seemed to wield light as a weapon, some sort of internal power that had been awakened by the potion that Desmond thought had killed Ethan so long ago. There was a fairly intense struggle. The party did come out on top, wiping out all of the Sunsworn other than Ethan, and Ethan himself barely hanging on by a thread after Helry impaled him upon her sword. With a well-placed healing word, he was stabilized, and the party left off in the quiet of the Lemon Grove, Desmond standing over Ethan with an axe in one hand and a Life Mender's hammer in the other. And that is where we left off, unless I missed anything else.
That's it. Oh, we did spot some lurking figures who were apparently watching.
That is true. Yeah, way off in the distance through the trees. And, all right, let's go ahead and get started here. Desmond, do you wanna get this rolling, or?
Well, sitting there staring at his body kind of laid across you said he was like on a stone or something?
He's kind of leaned up against the stone.
In the battle map there. Well, I look across and see where everybody else is at, and can I see that they're killing everybody off on the side?
People are pretty well dead. This has all happened in just seconds. There was if I can remember how it all went down there. Nobody wiped out one fleeing guy with these kind of maggot-like bolts of energy from a distance. I believe it was...
Kaz finished somebody off, I finished somebody off, and then I was going after somebody when Kaz fried them.
Yeah.
All right. Started heading back.
Yeah, so you're all actually everyone's sort of still in this clearing, like in the nearby vicinity. There are a lot of spells and ranged magical attacks that dealt with it, and now the clearing has gone pretty quiet. And you're sort of standing above Ethan, who is currently lying unconscious, mask kind of fractured, and parts of it are broken off as he lies there.
All right. And the hooded figures, they're just hanging out?
So only Penny saw those figures. I don't believe that was relayed to the party yet, that that those figures...
I think she...
Did you shout it out?
Just there, looks like we have an audience or something like that.
Okay.
But no one was coming towards us, so. Oh, I shouted after Kaz because I didn't want him and Helry to run
Go too
far because there were more people.
Okay.
So that was shouted out.
Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, you would know they're there. Go ahead and roll a perception check real quick.
I did have one thing I wanted to do, which I can actually handle behind the scenes, but I just want to cast Aura of Vitality and start pumping hit points into Anu because I'm not sure that this is done yet. So I just want to start pumping some hit points into whoever looks rough. So I'm just going to talk quietly while that happens and start giving people hit points.
Do we lose all
Okay.
our bonus hit points and extra hit points? at this point?
No, bonus hit points will stay, temp HP will stay unless it's a specific time limit on the,
Don't know, I just know I have.
I believe it came from the Mantle of Inspiration, which,
Well, someone gave me 16 extra hit points, and someone else
Oh,
gave me
wait.
3.
extra
16 is
6.
your current hit points. 3 is your temporary.
Because the
If you tap
Oh yeah,
on
you
it.
got a. Oh wait, forget there's no. Oh, never mind. That was the one shot.
oh, there was
Yeah,
no
like,
right.
you
Oh,
just
all
kinda
right,
take
never
it
mind.
in
Yeah,
the middle and
I was
you
gonna
kinda
be.
catch
Yeah,
my
okay.
breath.
I'm good. I know where I'm at now.
All right, good. Desmond, what was your perception check?
It was 8.
8. You kind of look out into the trees, sort of where Penny indicated, and you don't see anybody.
What a bloody miss. Damn it. Just throw both of my items down and pull a rope out of my pack and go and tie them around the rock.
Okay. All right, so you,
Laying under my breath. Not a bloody murderer. I didn't kill him last time, I guess, so I'm not going to kill him now.
okay. You, without any trouble, tie him up. You sort of pinned up against a rock head, lolling to the side.
Let's get out of here.
What should we do with him? Do you think? Because I have a feeling this isn't over.
Yeah. I say we leave him here.
After we just murdered everybody he brought with him? Well,
No.
not murder. That wasn't so much a murder. This would be, if I kill him now, that's a murder. I can't murder him now.
Could we
Hellry was just kind of walking around,
Foot.
putting like just sort of like flowing light into people. Looks over and is like, "Yeah, you don't kill family. You don't do that."
Yeah, I actually tend to agree with that one.
I mean, Barbara's not far away. Could we just bring him into the authorities there, have him be arrested?
Well, I don't know what actually, I don't know what actual crimes he's committed.
I mean, he set up an ambush to try and kill us.
Well, that's true.
I think we can pretty easily get him on that.
Got a case for that. But as far as our old potion sales and stuff go, I don't actually recall whether or not that's illegal here.
I mean, we also know for sure that he had plans to basically arm a rogue group to try and basically unstabilize all of the existing power structures of this country. I have a feeling nobody's going to look funny on that.
That's a valid point. That kind of insurgency definitely wouldn't be looked on lightly. We might have a case. They might keep him. I don't know. He could probably talk himself out of it anyways.
And they probably keep us to testify, and I don't really want to stay here.
Well,
That's fair.
I do agree that probably bringing him into Bara is the best choice, because even if he doesn't get brought in on anything illegal, there's definitely plenty of people that would teach him his lesson anyways, I think. Plenty of people who he's rubbed the wrong way.
Do we think that going out to Bara, I mean, I don't know how many of these people are just workers who are still in the field and heard a ruckus and are lingering around to figure out what happened, or how many of these people are his followers that are out there. But I feel like if we have him tied up and we're trying to carry him into Bara, we might be in for a little more of a scuffle than we were before.
It's possibly true.
We could just walk away and leave him tied up. His followers will either come back or they won't. That way it's not on us. What happens to him?
Well, but then he does have 20 more followers who will still have a leader, and he will almost certainly keep trying for this endeavor. So the question is, how much do we care about stopping him?
And also, if he didn't really want to track me down and kill me before, I mean, he had a reason to track me down to get the potion figured out. But now he actually might have a reason to track me down and want to kill me now. That's a...
Well, if we're not going to kill him, our choices are leave him here or take him back with us. And either of those is a bad option. And either way, he's still going to be around to come after us.
What do we know about the Sun Sworn? Anybody ever heard of that group?
Never.
Could I make a, history check?
Sure.
You got it. Oh, 11. It's nearly 19.
You've never heard of this before. I'll let one other person make a history check if they think their character might have some relevance. Yeah, Kaz would be the most likely to possibly have some knowledge of it.
I'm gonna go for it.
I'm from another world and I spent my
All
time in the
right,
woods.
come on, dice. Be
got
nice to
this.
me.
I believe in
Come on, it's intelligence based. I don't have much. Nat 20.
Wow!
Good vibes.
Jesse, you rolled the nat 20. Now give us the proof.
No, give it.
So 22.
That's all my best work.
All right, here's my social security number.
Holy cow.
Wow. Okay, so
This is what's gonna happen.
Kat, this is definitely something you've heard of before. Like, and even with like your extensive knowledge, the only reason you even have a whiff of this is because, excuse me, of your connections. The Sunsworn are a group that your family was kind of just keeping an eye on. Nothing like too crazy, but ostensibly like kind of a commune or a cult somewhere off to the north of Durnod. In particular, they were established somewhere in the kind of lava lands up in that area where there are these constant just hot springs that flow and create constant off-gassing of sulfurous sort of mist. There are temples in that area, kind of scattered about in disparate grottos and valleys of dedicated to different forms of martial arts. The Sunsworn are a group that was formed. Actually, give me 2 seconds here to get my notes. The Sunsworn are a group that were reputed to have kind of been flowing out of Flame Spirit Temple, a place in the Ishkate Springs in that area.
Ishkate?
The Ishkate Springs.
Do you mind spelling that for me, Ishkate?
UISCE space TE. This area, you know, it is sometimes used, reputed for its healing properties, its ability to rejuvenate the soul in the harsh waters that flow out of the mountains there. But it's not necessarily the most pleasant, very volcanic, and again, smells just like rotten eggs everywhere. And the Flame Spirit Temple is one that has a similarly kind of give or take reputation. The monks there are known to be dedicated to their own personal power, as opposed to any kind of altruistic goals, purely pursuing self-mastery through combat and strength. And the Sunsworn seem to be a slightly different branch of this philosophy that had been forming, though you don't know any specifics about how or when they formed.
Right. It's just I've heard of these individuals in this location. This location is like this. All right.
Yeah.
Jesse, is that literally just hot water springs in Scots Gaelic?
Shut up. Why are you outing me like that? It sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
The Ishkate Springs. Jeez.
I like it.
Way to demystify it.
Wiskate, Wiskate, water of life.
It's completely up to you what we want to do here, Desmond.
Hot water.
It didn't kind of trigger until, we weren't in the middle of a fight. I've heard of people kind of like this, or a group similar. They're pretty far from their home temple. They had to cross the mountains and really come this way.
Well, do you kind of relay everything from that?
Yeah, for the most part, I kind of relay it as I've heard tale of a group, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
I don't specify how I know this.
Well, I suppose it would make sense that they would have come down with a small group then, as opposed to a large one.
Yeah.
And then, because they would probably just had this goal in mind to bring you back up there. I imagine he's got some sort of laboratory setup going on, or at least some base of operations, as it were.
What? I thought that he just ran into you by happenstance. You think he knew you'd be back in Bar?
Well, there's more than one way to track someone down. And, well, it would make sense that I'd end up back here at some point. Just a matter of time, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the idea he's been looking for you for a while.
Is it alright if...
Then again, he didn't seem surprised to find him either.
Do you mind if I maybe search him? I'm curious if he has some sort of object or item to
Oh, yeah,
look
sure.
upon you.
Yeah, actually, I was going to get to it too. I've got him tied down now in case he comes to. But yeah, let's take a peek.
Yeah. Can we essentially search him and everybody else?
Go ahead and roll investigation checks.
While they're doing that, can I sort of keep an eye out where Penny pointed out the figures, see if I can see if they're still lurking or if they're coming towards us or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm gonna be starting a short rest.
Okay, Ellery begins a short rest. Okay.
Oh my god! Another
He did it! The Mad Lad.
Are you friggin' kidding me right now? Okay, all right.
22 for investigation.
Nerf. Wait, what?
22 for
A 20. Okay. Nerf Kaz. Your investigation checks this game have been insane.
Which is stupid, I have a +2. So I've just been rolling really well for
Yeah, like same in the ship in Quain there. Yeah, you just completely wrecked that investigation. It was amazing. Okay, kind of going around across all of the different remains, some of them charred, some of them chopped, one of them seemingly just with a head craterized through by what looks like a rock nearby. The various Sunsworn are wearing very simple clothing, all very, maneuverable, now you recognize as like monk robes essentially. Seemingly built for mobility and subtlety. However, there are a number of valuables among them. There are 2 rubies, each worth 300 gold pieces. There are 5 topazes, each worth 25 gold pieces. There is among the weaponry, it's all pretty, like there's just basically staves, but nothing especially fancy. There are a number of kind of small, they're not even really medallions, they're almost more like just like carved stones that have sort of a resplendent sunburst pattern on them. Very kind of rough looking. Right. And then there are also altogether among them 742 gold pieces worth of coin.
There we go. I think we should take all those medallions.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking we should take some just in case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Never know.
There might be somebody who knows a little more even about the sigil, about the group.
Sure.
That'd be a good way to get some information.
I'm also just gonna kind of wander around and just
would
look
keep
at
one
skin
slash
patterns
the
and
rest.
kind of how they look so that I can in the future maybe make an illusion that's kind of convincing.
Yeah,
Sketch some stuff.
kind of like peeling back the masks on them. Again, it's that kind of like squelching sound, akin to as when Ethan took his mask off earlier. All of them bear the same kind of semi-translucent graying skin, kind of with this constant sort of effluvia oozing out from their pores. That is, they look very, they don't look fully like people anymore in that regard. However, all of their faces are kind of pulled into grimaces of pain and death that, you recognize as being very, human. Yeah. It's so weird saying like human in D&D. You're like, what are you saying?
Are they still oozing?
They're so very humanoid. What?
Are they still oozing?
They are still kind of like, they're not actively oozing, but they still have kind of a layer of this mucus on their skin.
Just wondering if they were actually dead.
And then I was wondering, what about the hair? Do any of them have hair, or was that burnt off?
It's all burnt off. Their hair is no longer growing.
Even if they were like a tabaxi? It's like a hairless cat now.
You think so?
Asking the real questions, Ben.
I am an accidental prophet. I said this in the bandit fight back on the road. Turned out to be a tiefling, but I knew in our future.
There is, in fact, a tabaxi among them. Only because you're looking for it is how you recognize it. It's a straight up, sphinx kind of thing. A completely devoid of fur tabaxi. Her mouth kind of pulled back in this snarl that shows off like very, very white fangs that actually peer through her translucent lips.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab one of them bear masks. Look at it for a second.
Okay.
Stick it in my bag.
It snarls back now.
It's a mimic.
Okay. Add
Liquid
one.
mucus as well as some cuttings of the translucent flesh into separate vials.
Okay, good. Go ahead and add Sunsworn samples.
Well, I haven't got eyes on those figures you were talking about.
Yeah, sorry, what was your perception check?
No, rolling a disadvantage, so.
Yeah, you're still not seeing him out there.
Should I take another look?
If you want to, I'll let you roll at advantage since you have an idea where they are already.
All right. Just to see if they're moving closer or moving away or standing still.
Are you not entertained?
All right. That's going to be a perception 23.
Okay, you look out and you kind of focus in on where they were, but you no longer see them anymore.
I think they left, or at least are farther than I can see.
Well,
You didn't miss them. They're not there, or at least I don't see them either.
Roughly how many were?
don't like not being able to see them.
It's hard to get a beat on it, but probably between 4 and 5 from what Penny saw. Helry, you had something there?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, whatever we decide, we should probably decide it pretty quick.
Where were they, Penny?
There.
I'm going to head that direction and
Ferret.
ferret and sneak.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
What's your movement as a ferret?
I don't know. We're not looking it up.
It's like 20 feet or something.
Stealth 15.
15, okay. You sort of like hug in towards the trees and scuttle through the underbrush and move between patches of tall grass, and eventually you make it out to about where Penny was pointing out.
Okay. Any sign of them?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Nat 20.
What in the heck? Okay, wow. Just DM, tell me all your secrets. All right. Yeah, you, especially as a ferret, you get a pretty strong smell. That definitely seems to tell you that somebody was here recently.
Do they smell like the other ones?
They don't seem to have left many traces, but, and by the other ones, what do you mean?
The sun's warm.
The ones we just killed.
They don't smell like the Sunsworn, no. You, with a natural 20, obviously these folks were experienced in not being tracked, as they left almost no indicators of their presence. You'd smell just a hint of like linseed oil.
Okay. Leather armor. Or leather something. Okay. I will head back and tell everyone.
Okay.
They're gone, but they don't seem to have been sunsworn. They don't smell like these do. They smell like linseed oil.
Linseed oil?
Yeah.
Lemon seed oil?
Linseed. It's what you put on your leather armor to keep it soft.
Well, they could just be people who are here in a ruckus, or they could be maybe people who want to follow. I wonder if Ethan has more followers that aren't actually Sunsworn because they want to become that way once they have the potion. So he might have more people.
He's got initiates.
And
Well, I would be surprised if they would stand back if he was being beaten, though. I have a feeling these are completely unaffiliated
well,
group.
I have an idea.
if we were beating the powered ones, though, the unpowered ones might not have wanted to join in.
Well, but
And whoever they were very stealthy because I couldn't track them. Not
What's
to
your-
brag, but I'm good at that.
Seem to be. Howry, what's your idea?
Well, we all know we're being watched all the time.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, we got told that from the day we all met.
I shake the bangle.
Right.
I always thought it was just gonna be some kind of magical looking in from afar, but maybe there's actually people following us around.
That's quite the idea.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't mind it. I ain't never minded having an audience. That reminds me, I knew a girl named Lindsay once, and there was quite some oil involved. Anyway, I'm all for getting back to town, finding out.
I thought her last name was Doyle. Lindsay Doyle.
Lindsay Doyle.
It gets better.
oh boy. So well, yeah. So when he shook the bangle, I realized I don't think
These are
that
puns you have to
Leora
write, so
necessarily been told him on that whole side of things. What little symbols did I see on it when he shook it?
Ken said they passed with
When
press.
Saurus shook his bandle,
Oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry.
you would have seen what looks to be a giant octopus. You would have seen a strange kind of half, almost leonine figure on it, with a long spiked tail and what looks to be a human face. And you would have seen a strange kind of fluid-looking creature, kind of a hulking creature that you probably would recognize as a water elemental.
Got it. Okay. Nothing. This fight now. Cool.
Do you believe everyone but at
Do I know? Do I notice him inspecting?
I'm not.
Perception check.
It's in my bag.
3 line down.
What a curious piece of jewelry.
Oh, well now you know.
Like, yeah, I don't think I was being necessarily.
Where'd you get the
subtle.
jewelry? Where'd you get the where?
Who?
Whose jewelry are
I'm
you
looking
looking
at
at?
his.
Sorry.
He just shook
Oh
the
yeah, right.
Got it. Yep.
And then at the same time, I probably noticed everyone else had them. I just hadn't really noticed before.
Yeah.
Right. You never met Freddy.
We gotta make that introduction sometime.
I don't think I
We
actually
really
know too
don't.
much yet about how you guys all met and came together. So,
Well, that's a story for a campfire. But if nobody objects, I think we got to at some point we got to sit down at the tavern. We got to tell people what happened today.
What do you? Well,
I want to is what I'm trying to indicate.
Yes. All right. All right. Heads or tails? Should we flip a coin? Leave them or take them?
Well, I think that's gotta be Des.
Yeah.
It's your call. We'll follow.
No pressure, but
Should our stay or should we go?
What do you wish for his future?
Well, I mean, he's the kind of person who would historically flaunt his new toys and then, just be jealous of somebody else's toys, I suppose, and do what he could to get the other person's toys. So I kind of feel like in order to teach him a real lesson, maybe I should work on taking his new toys away. So I collected a couple samples. I think I'm going to play around with some potions and see if I can reverse the effects.
all right.
Maybe.
So as far as having a live test subject goes, I can't think of anyone better at the moment.
Oh, so you want to bring him along?
I don't know if bringing him along is the right choice, but maybe somebody in Barra can keep him kind of under lock and key until we figure out a little more. That was kind of what I was thinking.
You think just like the town jail?
Well, a town jail could work. As I said earlier, he probably could just talk his way out of that, but
or break his way out, I suppose.
or break his way out. But there might be some more secure facilities. I don't know if any Urim Knights have their own private places.
We're outside of Avonlock, right?
Yeah, you're outside of Abinlock, though still in sort of its influence. Bara itself isn't really under any particular Urim Knight's control, though.
Yeah, so we'd have to drag him someplace a little farther away.
Yeah, that could be problematic. But,
We could take him with us.
Boy.
Give him new purpose.
No offense, I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either. I don't think he'd like the idea. He'd do everything he could to get out of our grasp. And then, of course, he's probably going to have a couple sour things to say about what we did to his friends here.
Sure.
Is there by any chance any large rivers nearby?
There's that stream. It's not really a river, but
I'm wondering
and there's
if
the
there'd be
lake.
a way we could just like hit him real hard on the head, put him in a boat, send him downstream, and just let him wake up somewhere that he has no idea about.
I mean,
Push him
you're
out
like,
the lake.
there is a lake like right
as
there.
far as not killing him, but something where
There
he
is
has
a
trouble.
well, there is a river. It is a little ways. Sorry, one second. Let me just check the map.
Kind of like when you go and push him on your mattress.
Yeah, there's a river like probably 2 or 3 hours walk north of you. It's not super far off, a few miles, but you could theoretically get over there.
We could consider.
It would just flow directly back into the lake, though.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Well,
On our way down, we should have passed by my folks' old place. Was it occupied or was it abandoned?
I don't think we specifically went over there, but I'll say since you probably would want to go check in on it, you probably would have gone a detour.
We mentioned it before we went down, and then we didn't actually stop there, and then we went straight to the limit road.
yeah, because we said we could get a good like vantage point.
But I don't think we actually stopped there at this point. So I'm gonna say you didn't really get a sense for it at this time. But you totally go over and check it out now, though, if you want.
Well, let's bind him up, pull him off the rock first, and bind him back up, and then let's take a look at my folks' place. Should be just right up the hill here, and I might have an option. Because we could pretty much keep him incapacitated as long as we see fit, and we could just hit him again and then hit him with the hammer afterwards.
Sure.
I'll just hit him twice with the hammer, once for damage and then once to bring him back up.
Sure.
And we could just do that every day and keep him in a pine box and say that we're delivering a corpse to an ancestral resting site or something. I don't know.
I mean, and we can certainly
This is
go
why
in.
my campaign notes for today were basically improvise what Nolan does.
I find myself in a moral and ethical quandary.
I don't.
I think that we could certainly look to see if that place is unoccupied, and then also I guess if it is, sharing that this guy ambushed us and we had to defend ourselves and telling the local authorities, that wouldn't be a bad idea either, because someone's gonna find all these dead bodies, and if Ethan comes to and says it's us, we're gonna have a really bad reputation because we're gonna be leaving in a day or so, and we won't be here to defend ourselves and say what actually happened. So letting the authorities know ahead of time might be good.
Actually, it's not a bad idea.
Especially if they know that he has a bad reputation in the city, it would be very easy to make it clear, hey, he was the problem. Let people know. And plus, if this group starts causing trouble, they might want to be able to spread the word a little.
He aside from being transparent, he clearly looks like Ethan, right?
And bald.
No.
No, he looks fucked up. Like if he didn't like make a lot of references to past experiences you two had, there's no way you would have recognized him as Ethan. Picture like something out of Ridley Scott.
Just a skeleton covered in clear goo.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
What's wrong, Smooth Skin?
Yeah,
You ain't never seen a son sworn before.
Can anybody shred things?
His voice sounded very similar, though.
Can anybody shred things?
No, but I could maybe turn into a horse, checking what y'all's ready that is, and he could ride on my back to get into town so we're not dragging a limp corpse-like body.
Leora's pretty good on the loot. I'd say he shreds.
I can make things smaller, but not these.
I can,
I cast shrink with my sword.
I can just,
That works too.
I can just give him the old piggyback. Can't weigh too much.
You know what? If we're able to convince the local authorities that he is Ethan, then they would probably know that he's definitely quick-tongued, and they might actually watch him a little closer. They wouldn't. Yeah, we could preface it with, don't believe anything he says. He's a liar all the time, and if somebody remembers him, they could take the extra precautions that would be necessary to actually keep him here.
And,
How would they feel about you, though? Because you pretty much have to tell them who you are to explain why he came after you.
Yeah.
not necessarily.
We're clandestine. Everyone wants our help.
Sure, I mean, also we can just leave Desmond out of it and say like, hey, we know this shit stain from back in the day and he showed up and we know that he caused trouble around here, so like, do with him what you will. And to be honest, that's where my vote goes. I know you're worried he might talk his way out of it, but honestly, I'm just as fine leaving him here.
Do you think they'd believe us without Desmond? I feel like without him, they would really not. Like, why would they believe that we would be able to tell it's Ethan?
I think the bigger question is, if Desmond shows up, are they not going to throw him in jail right next to Ethan?
Yes. We did defeat bandits on the way here, and I'm sure Cadius probably mentioned that. If we just said we were headed out of town and these people ambushed us in the orchard,
If that's kind of
this was their leader.
Sure.
a group of individuals attacked us. We're all kind of beat up and
We have
bloody.
no idea why.
Wait, are we on private property?
I didn't see a no trespassing sign or any postings.
There was a road out here, so we were on the road when they attacked us, and we just dragged the bodies over the road and leave them there.
This is loosely part of my family's old homestead.
Oh, okay.
Just right up the hill. So if somebody's living there, we'd have our answer. If nobody's living there, then I guess it's mine.
All right.
Are we allowed to be on your property, Desmond?
If it's mine, you definitely will.
No, get off.
My point being,
Desmond pulls out a gun.
after
Get off my land!
Got a gun.
my point being, I'm not too worried about him coming after us, no matter what we do.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're clandestine.
sure, there's a chance that it goes better for him next time than it did today, but like,
How many did we kill tonight?
I think it was like 8 or 9.
There's 20 of them total, he said?
Yeah.
30 total.
If you count the guy in the tree, yeah.
So another 20 of them.
Just want him out of the way.
Even if you brought everybody, I still think we might be able to handle it, so.
Well,
And if not, that's life, but like,
I'd be dead.
I'd say just leave him maybe leave him in the house if it's empty and just walk away.
There is one other person who'd be able to identify him truly as Ethan, aside from me.
who's that?
Well, they'd be Artemis, my dad.
yeah.
I was wondering, do you think it could be beneficial to reunite the two of them?
That's not really what I meant. I was thinking that if we were trying to turn him into the authorities, and we were worried about me being brought in as well, Artemis would be, he'd have a fairly clean slate.
So, the way I understood it, he's quite far away.
Right.
Would anyone even know who Artemis is, though, at this point? If he's supposed to be missing or gone, would he have any standing to have the authorities believe him?
Some years ago, he would have been a pretty well-respected member of the community here. And I'm sure there's a few people at least that would recognise him still, if he, as long as he doesn't look like this.
So you're proposing that we hold him here for a bit, go grab your dad, come back, put him in jail?
That would be an option if we were worried about my status.
But we don't know where your father is, right?
Well, he said that he was out in the mist coil with
With a lady.
Yeah, with
Well, from my understanding, the mist coil is a pretty large scoff of
The
area
Lone Queen.
inhabited by a lot of creatures.
Oh yeah, Mist Coil is one of the most dangerous areas in Anor in general. Most people that go in there either are highly trained and ready for it or are not going to come back.
So it might be a little more difficult to go that route, considering it might cost us our lives. And no offense, I want you to be safe, but there are limits.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe we could send a message to Rennie and have the shitheads keep an eye on each other.
that's possible.
Remember? That would be bad.
At this point, you hear a gruff voice coming from the direction of Bara. You there! Halt! Halt! And as several armored figures appear, kind of moving out of the trees of the orchard and kind of moving in a semicircle around you. They're not like super close up yet, but they're obviously Bara guards.
I
Super friendly, raise my hands.
approach
Howdy-ho!
him too, yeah.
Okay.
Put my sword down and it like hits a rock and bounces and awkwardly flies.
Clang, 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 clang.
Thank goodness, we were just coming to find you.
Yes.
The man in the front there, kind of this tall, swarthy human with a long white beard and hair kind of cut short, close to his scalp. What happened here?
an ambush.
We were attacked. Well, yeah. We were coming out here to meet with somebody and they attacked us. Had some business dealings that we were trying to get done. Yeah, we caught the leader there. He's here, roped up to the stones.
Be careful with him.
See no butchery. All right, well, all of you are going to have to come back with me into Bara. We're going to need to get a better idea of what happened here. Obviously, there's been some bloodshed. So, this will have to be reported, so please follow me.
Sure. No problem, right, everyone?
Fine by me.
Of course.
Okay.
Do you want us to carry the bodies or?
Nope. We're going to be leaving them here. This
Okay.
is a crime scene now.
But not the unconscious one.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's alive. Leader of the bunch.
Yeah, it looks rough.
all right. Well, he snaps his fingers, and two guards go over and kind of like, one pulls out a knife and cuts the rope and picks him up, and they each get him by like one arm there and start to like drag him along.
Very
All right.
I'm gonna need
He's
another rope.
dangerous.
Actually, no, I can make one. That's all right.
We get a receipt of lost property.
All right. He kind of, what do you say?
That's a receipt of lost property.
Kind of looks at you, one eyebrow raised.
I'll buy that one. We'll buy the rope.
It's fine.
All right. You're taken into town, kind of hustled along here. There are a good number of the guards that kind of stay back and stay with the corpses, start to kind of like take a look around, examine them, kind of examine, turned out coin purses and whatnot on their persons.
I put the pockets back. I know what I'm doing.
And of course are also like hissing and making kind of like horrified noises upon seeing the countenance of these fallen enemies.
They look like that beforehand.
Except for that one.
That wasn't us. That was me.
That was me too, I will admit.
There's some.
That wasn't us. I did that one. That wasn't us.
The natural looking char, that's from us, but the unnatural char, that's,
Oh yeah.
that was all in. Well, I guess it's me too, but
Guys,
in
we have a
different way.
solid case. This looks good.
Airtight.
As we're reaching. Sorry, go ahead.
Excuse me, Sergeant.
Yes.
Could we stop by the inn where we were staying on the way back and see if anyone remembers this person accosting us and asking us to come out to the orchard to meet him? Because that would go a long way towards showing we were ambushed and not the instigators of this.
Please tell me who might have seen any sign, and we will send guards to collect them.
I will tell him the name of the inn, and he was standing in the doorway, so anyone in the inn might have seen it, might have heard us, might have overheard it. People on the street might have overheard it when we pointed him out as he was leaving.
All right, watch your graves.
Faustus might remember.
Faustus, you were on the street outside the inn. So as far as like people within the inn, it'll be a little variable. But he motions, and a Dragonborn Garda heads out that direction.
And when you go, son, ask if anyone around remembers me making him a trip as he was running away. That got a few laughs. So people tend to remember the funny side of life.
There was a big shout out for him as he left.
What's his name? Ethan something or other.
I don't really. I don't think I have one.
Keystering the lock. It's like
Just in case we gotta do that.
the tail goes
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Anybody else remember his name? He told us Ethan
He
something.
said it was Ethan someone or other.
Yeah, somebody shouted out Ethan Crowley, I think.
That's right.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
was like, "Hey, that's Ethan Crowley."
Yeah.
That's right.
I remember hearing that.
Well,
I love this song.
that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Well,
Oh, you know him?
long story short, please wait until we're back at the barracks, and you can discuss this further with Fiora.
Are these members of the Seal Gear Call, or are they just...
These are just Garda. There are two different kind of military forces in Bara. One is the Seal Gear Call, which is more of a mercenary group dedicated to hunting generally monsters or any other kind of contracts for difficult to slay things. Then the Garda is more responsible for day-to-day defense and security of the town.
When we get back to the barracks, I have a question.
Okay, sounds good. It doesn't take you long. You're guided in through the northern gates of Bara, flanked by this group of guards who eventually take you off towards the eastern portion of the town, where the various mercantile buildings, which sort of take up the western and southwestern portion of the town, give way to more residential kinds of abodes, as well as logistics places. You can see the town hall as well. You pass by, and eventually you reach a large wooden structure that has it spans both sides of the street with kind of a sky bridge going across the upper area. It's very seemingly well fortified. There are a few small windows studded with iron bars in the upper areas of the construction, and you're taken in through the left-hand side into a it looks to be a series of offices. There are desks manned by various armored figures. Some of them are in armor, seem to be just stopping in after their patrols to place reports. Others are seemingly more on the secretarial end of things, dressed in more plain functional clothing, working on paperwork, and you are guided towards a larger desk towards the back.
Before we actually get inside, real quick.
Before you get inside, okay.
Just because I don't know how the layout of these places are in general, but I'm just going to say, Sergeant, is it Sergeant? Captain?
Sergeant.
Sergeant? Small request, and I ask this solely for your benefit. If I don't make a chocolate meatloaf before I get in there, it's going to happen on your floor. Do you have a facility outside, like an outhouse or something inside?
Sorry, ma'am, but if I had one silver piece for each time somebody I was taking in asked me for that, then, I wouldn't have to work for the Garda, now would I?
It's
There are facilities within
inside.
the building.
That's fine. I just need to use one rather immediately. If I'm sat down for questioning for too long, nobody's going to enjoy that experience.
I have trail mix.
Oh, don't put that juju on.
Nope, that's not. You're not picking it. He gets it. You don't worry about it, pretty boy.
Okay.
Inside?
Yes.
Thank you. You mind pointing me the way? And of course, I imagine somebody's going to have to come with me.
Yeah, so as you enter, anything else anyone wants to do before getting inside the barracks?
I'm kind of hungry myself, so I follow Hillary, then I quickly discover what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're stopped one at a time. And Helry, you're escorted by 2 guards off. As you enter, you're taken towards the right, where there is a very heavy wooden door that's opened with a key. You are let into a hallway. Alongside, there are multiple sort of stalls, each one, tightly put together, and you're motioned into where one has a basic privy inside it. It's functional but highly secure.
Yep, close the door behind me. Gods above, grant me grace.
And I will cast Enhance Ability. Evil Splendor. And then I will make a chocolate meatloaf.
Good.
And then I will step outside and say, you're going to want to use anyone but that one for a little bit.
Okay, 1 second.
How'd it go?
Not too bad.
Yeah? Was it a large one?
Sorry?
Was it a large one?
Medium. I'm doing better, I'm doing worse.
Yeah, you've been eating well, I suppose.
I have indeed.
Was it all twisted and knotted every couple of feet, like a giant cookie dough?
Couple feet? What do you think I am? Jesus. I'm an addict.
There's a story at break we'll talk about.
Whoa!
Giblets on that one.
All right, let's pause the game real quick.
This is
Not on the internet.
This is important.
Cookie dough Jimro?
I do not want to know.
Okay. As you return out, you can see that the rest of the party is sort of assembled in front of a dark elf woman who has got her hands kind of clasped up in front of her. She isn't wearing armor, though, dressed in a slightly more official-looking outfit. As she looks up. So, you are the source of the brilliant flashes of light that were pouring out from the northern orchards.
Interestingly, no, we were not.
Well, you were part of the conflict there.
Yes.
Although not the lights. We didn't do the lights.
And who?
It's
Cast probably did a couple of hits. You crossed the balls.
The great Galleons of Light came from a man by the name of Ethan. He led a cultist group that laid a trap for us and tried to kill us.
Ethan, I keep forgetting. Ethan Crowley? Ethan Crowley.
Yeah, that's the name I was told.
Crowley.
Called. He was
Ethan
one of the very bright, elegant
They
light
called
in the sky.
what did he call him? Sunsworn.
Sunsworn.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
probably
Well,
prefers the Latin.
I have your word to go on for this. Have you any other corroborating evidence?
Did they bring anyone from the inn?
I pull out the pennants too.
The pendants?
The stones, necklaces.
You kind of hand them over. She looks at them. These were on the bodies of the recently deceased.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get more information as to this cult and why they attacked us.
Interesting. I've never seen these like before. It does appear to be some kind of organizational symbol.
I've heard of them, not from these parts of the land, from more north of Durnan.
Yes. Clarence, and looks to be a very tall, fine-furred figure. Actually, very reminiscent of Saurus. Kind of approaches. Yeah. You are from Durnad. Have you heard of these Sunsworn? I mean, I haven't been there for a coon's age. It's been a minute. I haven't heard of them. Very well. If you would not mind, please go speak to the messenger and see if you can find anything else out. All right. And he heads off towards a side room. Shuts the door behind him.
Captain, if I may.
Watcher.
Sorry?
Watcher.
Watcher. My apologies. It may also help our case for you to know why we're here in town and what we were doing in that grove in the first place. We were hired escorts for the merchant Cadius LaRue. You can find him where we were staying. He can confirm that he traveled here from Kuwait with us, hired our services, and that we, I hope, performed admirably in his view. Knowing that to be our identities, what happened was that this Ethan character approached us, said that he had a proposal for us, and since our journey with Cadius had come to an end, we were curious what he might have to offer, so we proceeded to the grove to find out, and that's when he attacked us, for reasons I'm still not 100% clear on. But all of that can be confirmed by Cadius and the train that he traveled here with.
Ah, excellent. All right, and she whispers to another guard who heads out of the barracks as well. We will get Cadius's word on this soon. We know where he is staying, so we will be able to corroborate your story as soon as possible.
Actually, if there's any question about whether or not he is Ethan, I think there might actually be records of somebody who looks like that, a body that was recovered some years back.
Ah, you are... And she suddenly, like, a glint of recognition flashes in her eyes. You're the Crowley boy.
Well,
He's got his mask on.
I've got the mask on.
No, you wouldn't be getting your mask on. Not when you're escorted by guards. Sorry,
Well,
that's
taking
like...
the mask off because he had it on the whole time.
no, he took it off.
During the fight.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
It's safe to assume when you go into the barracks.
Police station, they're like, okay.
Yeah, no, you
coming off.
you don't get a
Hey,
mask.
Robert, why do you still have the ski mask on?
Yeah. Like, no. Like, look, I'm real insecure, all right?
Yeah, I'm Desmond Crowley, and the body I'm referring to is Olivia. She looked something like this when you would have found it.
I knew Olivia. She was a good woman. Desmond.
Yes.
Yes. Admit, you and your brother do not have the best reputation around here. I take it you mentioned Ethan as well.
Yeah, that's Ethan.
And she looks over towards the limp form of Ethan still being suspended between the two guards. That is Ethan.
That is Ethan. Yeah. Like I said, if you look up the documentation for Olivia, you'll find a similar condition. She would have died. He lived, and yeah. I think what he was actually looking for was more information on Olivia's patient, and he thought I might know it.
And he ambushed you, you're claiming.
When I told him I wouldn't help him, that's when.
This is a family issue, all right?
Sorry
Well-
guys, I figured I'd probably just be best to come clean on it.
No, honestly, I didn't know a couple of the things that you said there, so either I missed it or whatever, so
Well,
I appreciate it.
as I said, you and your brother do not have the greatest reputation around Barra. However,
Probably a couple in the seal gear that still like me.
well, there are still many that like you. Do not, you and your brother perhaps think you are more hated than you actually are. However, the current circumstances around your brother's condition, as well as your mother's passing, do leave me to wonder what it is that you have produced.
Well, I didn't produce any of it, really. Well, no, that's not true. He made me produce some. He wants to create an army of sorts. An army of people that look just like him and have the power to create those fancy lights that you were looking at.
Hey,
The fancy lights that did this to us.
can somebody bring him around? Pointing out.
Yeah.
Get the hammer.
Grab my hammer.
Do you do that?
Pulling out the gun. You're gonna be just fine.
Do you whip out the hammer?
Okay.
Swing it there. All of the various all of the guards around like, no, and you just like whack across his
Magic,
face.
it's magic, it's fine, it's fine,
And there's
it's
kind
fine.
of, as it strikes in, it's almost like the sound of metal striking metal, like a blacksmith's hammer on a forge, like a ding. Does not sound like flesh. And all at once, there's a spark of light, and Ethan. Oh no, God.
You deserve it.
Oh, I never want to feel what a blade next to my giblets feels like again. Not a good feeling.
That was a good time, actually. That was great.
That's the best hammer we've found.
Oh well, fuck. Did I win?
Oh, Morin?
Not quite.
No.
Not exactly.
Yeah. Well, this is awkward, ain't it?
Yeah, you done fucked up.
And he kind of just goes a little quiet before looking towards Fjord. Good to see you again, Watcher. And you as well, Ethan. So, I understand that you were involved in the incident out in the Lemon Grove. Yeah. It would seem that I was involved in a very one-sided ass-kicking.
And whose fault is that?
And I'm gonna say it takes two to, tango on that one.
That's fair.
But yeah, I was. I admit I was a part of that. Kind of a family struggle there. I really wanted a piece of my family's history. I wanted to actually be a little bit of a part of something, and I had a mission that I was trying to accomplish, and Des and I did not see eye to eye on that one. Yes, well, you are, but you admit you are still responsible for the assault upon this group of people. I admit that things got heated.
You tried to steal something from your brother, and when he said no, you attacked us.
That's
How
right.
is that two-sided in any way, shape, or form?
No, here, he's doing this slippery thing. It's real cute. He actually isn't lying to you, probably just in case you got anybody around who can sense that sort of thing, knows when they hear a lie, or has some sort of magical ability that prevents it. What he said is true. He is responsible for the fight. We are responsible for it being one-sided. So he's actually not lying. We are both partly responsible for the fact that he got an entirely one-sided ass-kicking. That's a masterful wordplay, you piece of shit. I gotta respect it. I gotta respect how shitty you are. It's gone past the point of just scorn and into the realm of wow, you've reached new heights. Admire it. New depths. Yeah, depending which side you are.
Call me a craftsman. Anyway, yeah. I mean, look. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little disoriented. I'm not gonna lie. Any of me friends, all right.
I mean,
Didn't one of them run away?
no, we got all of them. We got all of them.
Yeah, no.
Brave bastards, fighting till the last man, huh?
They didn't seem to
Does
want
Bar
us
have
to
a
capture you.
What's that?
They didn't seem to want to leave you in our hands to bring you to the guard.
Yeah.
So they stayed behind and kept fighting till they died, huh?
They kept attacking us, trying to get you away from.
They certainly did keep attacking us. That's true.
Yeah, very true there.
Fucking hell, told them to turn around if it got bad.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
Natural 20. For a 28.
Oh my god.
Wow.
He seems genuinely remorseful and like he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Not again.
Oh man, you mean a cult leader? Well, anyway, that's fine. That's fine.
It's alright.
Oh shit. I will deal with that later. But
I'm guessing you won't deal with that later from a jail cell, if I'm gonna be totally honest.
Well, it depends a lot on what Watcher, what you have to say on the matter. I only say I believe this was a family matter and an issue of passions. But I do understand that this is not, we did our best to make sure there was no external folks involved. Yeah, that does not matter. You got into a gigantic battle just outside of the city, Ethan.
7 of us aren't members of his family. If it was a family matter, it would have been between him and Desmond.
That is true. And also not all of his little friends, neither.
Hi, we're not family. They weren't family. We were attacked. That's not a family matter. That's an assault.
Yes, that is about what it seems to be to me as well. However, allow me to, and at this point the door opens up and Cadius LaRue comes in, accompanied by a couple of the guards as well.
Hello again. Hey, guys.
Hey, how you lot doing?
Little knocked up, but knocked around.
Congratulations.
Been about 3 hours. That's impressive.
Can I use my Eagle Splendor, since I haven't gotten to use it yet, to just rewind and pretend that never happened?
Oh no.
And then the maid herself was like, oh honey, no.
Oh no, yeah. Mm-hmm. Carol's like,
No, what were you gonna tell me?
oh, you're expecting. Oh, get out of here then. You're fine. No.
Not quite as bad as the bandits, but bad enough.
Well, you do seem to draw it then, don't you? Jeez. Yeah. Watcher, what do you need? What do you need from me? Well, I need you to corroborate the story of this group. Did you hire them to accompany you on your journey from Queen? Oh, I did. They did an admirable job. Defended me nobly and bravely, and kicked some serious ass on the way. Seems like they are continuing that trajectory.
There's just like blood pouring out of her nose. Like a little chunk of her hair is missing.
Just manic.
We helped.
Not to toot our own horns too badly, but you could also mention Quain. What we did for you in Quain. How we helped you in Quain, Cadius. You nothing.
I mean, I'll corroborate it. Yeah, they helped me out a lot in Quain.
For the road, like you've known us for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, they helped me out in Quain as well. They apprehended a corrupt crew member of mine and saved the lives of many others of my crew. Honestly, I can't recommend them highly enough. Good folks, professional. Well, good folks.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, as far as I'm concerned, you should take them at their word, but, that's just me at least. And
Just toss one more thing in. Also, I don't know if y'all have fast means of getting, and I know that you are not in the Dominion of Avonlock, but I don't know if you have fast ways of getting word fast to Cowain, but also the Earl Knight there, Larian, would be able to corroborate as well, as we have served him as well.
I understand this, however, the Urim Knight in Quain is not involved in the present circumstances,
Sure,
which I have to
absolutely.
take I have to take these as isolated. Thank you very much, Cadius. That is all I need from you. All right, yeah, and like I said, hope to catch a drink with you all later. And he heads out. The Watcher kind of looks around. Now, this is a grisly affair, given the nature of the carnage outside of in the Lemon Grove. From what I have been told, it was a rather brutal slaughter of the ones who attacked you, which, of course, self-defense. However, there were signs that some were attempting to flee. This does not, even in situations such as this, killing fleeing foes is not appreciated. However, for the time being, given the...
Well, I can't say for certain, but there were other shapes out in the distance, and so there may have been a fear that they were getting back up.
Lindsay Doyle.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
I was actually gonna toss in on that real quick and say, that's, I will fully claim responsibility for cutting one of them down as they fled, and that is because with us not expecting the initial fight, he called in assistance. And I was afraid that that was going to happen again with the one that was running away.
Okay.
I'm not saying a damn thing.
Does that go into an advantage? Probably
I
not.
don't know.
Nope, it'll be,
Okay, cool. 9.
okay. So, fortunately.
Wait. Persuasion. 4.
Oh!
Oh dear. How do you go from a 9 to a 4?
She,
Because I was reading perception instead of persuasion on the list, so +6 versus 1.
Jesse, I went and burned a spell slot, and I've been talking so much.
okay, I will let Helry give you advantage. However, Helry, you never saw the figures in question, and that makes it a little bit tricky. So, and thus far you've been persuasive, but this is one where it's like, hey, this is.
You made a different point.
His argument is not contingent on having seen the other things.
Right.
The other
Well, you said that.
Hers, but yeah.
Right, you said you cut them down because.
Well,
My communication was that the one that I cut down, I was afraid that they were gonna just go get more people. Because we heard that there were 30 like disciples or whatever, we'd heard that there were a lot more, and none of the initial attackers had been around us in the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
And there was a second wave.
Okay.
And there was a second wave.
I'll let Helry then roll a persuasion check.
dirty 20.
She rolled a natural 20, so on her insight check.
Hey.
Watcher, we actually have we have a reputation actually from, and Kedius can confirm this, that we don't actually slaughter people if we think that we can, if we can change their behavior or at least dissuade them from their course of action. The bandits that tried to get Codius's group on the road here, we actually
Revived them.
we revived them and we let them
Spend
go about
considerable
their business.
resources.
Cadius is still in the building at this point, kind of like making his way to turn. Yeah, that was fucking weird, but yeah, they did that. Burned like 2 diamonds on that to bring back bandits. So yeah, they don't tend to do that.
The point is that we're not.
To be fair, you fucking killed that one big time. But it was. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
I needed a moment.
Yeah.
You know, we made good.
The point is, we don't make a habit out of being butchers. If we think that they're still a threat, then of course we'll pursue actions. But we have a history of being merciful when the time is right.
And
Okay.
I know character witnesses from someone you're questioning might not mean that much, but us 3 have a little bit of history here in Barra. Remember the Manticore a little while back? We're the ones who helped.
Oh yes, that was a sticky one.
We stopped it.
That was us.
Oh yes, that's right.
Hey, okay.
I do recognize you are in different armor now.
Yes.
Yes, very.
Also the hair.
All right.
And the cloak.
And the sword.
And the sword.
I'm more bloody than last time.
That is true. I did not quite recognize it.
It is a very cool sword.
I'm gonna let Desmond go ahead and roll a persuasion check, and I'll give you advantage since Saris jumped in there as well.
It's like a 16 or something. Nope, never mind. I don't have it. It's a 12.
So this side of the table rolls versus
Oh, yeah,
that side. Let's make that side roll.
She kind of nods. All right. Well, given the circumstances and the confusion I'm certain you were in, and Ethan, to be perfectly honest, I know you're full of shit.
I mean, you can even see it.
Yeah, that's. Wow. Yeah, there's a reason I'll wear a mask, right? I'm going to call this self-defense. So, what I'm going to need you to do, though, is I'm going to need you to stay in town for the remainder of your stay here until this can all be worked out. No, if you're going to leave, you must notify the guard, and you will be having to leave town altogether, heading off towards parts unknown. Ethan, you are under arrest, and your crimes will be examined and tried in a court of law. And any defenses you may have, you may speak with us, and we will help to assemble evidence for you on your behalf. For the rest of you, please, no more giant battles in Bara. We are quite done with that. Go talk to the seal gear if you want to fight some shit.
We'll take those battles at least another 100 feet away from town.
Now see,
He's joking.
I know he's joking, but still, like, don't make those jokes. We take those very seriously around here. But
Is there a length of time you require us to stay here before we go, or is it just when we decide to go, we just need to let you know first? I just want to make sure that we are following the rules to the letter.
absolutely, you do not need. I have determined that this was a self-defense scenario. Therefore, I am not going to inconvenience you all with further detaining. So as long as you notify the guards when you leave town, so that we have a time of your departure, as well as letting them know where you're going to be in case we need to find you, then that will be fine.
All right.
And not that we're generally looking for scuffles or combat. You said if we were, we would speak to who or go where?
A seal gear call. I'll tell you all about it. That's actually how me and Cyrus met.
Here. Gotcha. Awesome. Never mind.
Hillary pushed me over, that's how we met.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
You could see. I know.
Thank you, Watcher, for your understanding. We will take our leave to the inn and call it a night.
Yes, and I'm terribly sorry for your incident. I understand you all could probably use some medical attention as well, given the state of you.
I understand. If you have any, I wouldn't mind.
You in particular, is that all just blood all over your skin?
Some of it's me, some of it's someone else.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be alright.
He's red.
Boy, well, I recommend a trip to the bathhouse too while you're at it.
I think that might be in order.
That does sound good.
All right, well, have a good evening, be safe, and we will contact you if we have any further questions.
Real quick, the old Crowley residence out there by the Lemon Grove, is that still, is it unoccupied currently?
Still unoccupied. It's got a reputation, supposedly haunted or something.
Well, I suppose I'm the proper claimant to the house then, to the property. Is it all right if we secure lodgings out there?
I would prefer you stay in town for the
right,
time
so in
being,
town.
given the proximity to the incident further down. Well, I have determined that it is self-defense. However, being that close to a crime scene such as this, it's hard not to suspect folks who are involved of going back and tampering with the situation.
Very well. But I suppose I still am the proper claimant to the property then.
I would say so. You may wish to go speak with the town gabber to make arrangements there.
Okay, very well.
All right. He'll be in the town hall tomorrow.
All right.
Okay. Well, like you said, we need a rest, and I could use a drink, so we will take our leave. Thank you for your gracious and, in our biased opinion, very wise decision.
Absolutely. Tough situation all around, but take care of yourselves and have a good evening.
Watcher,
Yes.
be very careful around him.
You should be very careful around us. But thank you for the warning, and I will certainly be keeping a close eye. If he did this much damage, then I am certain he is a foe worthy of respect.
He kind of starts pushing Holler out. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Hillary would never in a million years say that out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Never, she would think it, but she would never in a million years.
As you're heading out, hey Des, mark my words, this isn't over.
Well,
Is that an additional charge, ma'am?
It sounds like a threat to me, but what do I know? I'm not a smart girl.
I'm not quite sure what you want out of this anymore, but actually that's not true. I do know what you want. Watcher, what he's referring to is he wants to figure out the potion to turn more people into what he is now. It's a very dangerous process, and most people die.
Are you in possession of this recipe then?
I know where it's located. Yeah.
I would recommend you turn it in.
All right. I'll bring it in when I can.
Roll. Huh.
Roll coy check.
It's not really deception, is it? She kind of, actually, she's just gonna insight check that. All right, I trust you.
That's face.
But you, shut the fuck up. Ethan's already just kind of like, deadpan face, just kind of like staring forward, not really paying attention, not seemingly paying attention.
Well, Ethan, if this isn't over, then I'll see you later then. But if it is over, fuck off.
Fuck off to you too then, brother.
Yeah.
That is a very different goodbye than I had tonight. I'm like,
Me too.
All right. You emerge out of the barracks into the cool Bara night air. Sun has fully set now, and you can see the frozen halo of the moon moving across the sky, bouncing back from the west towards the east. And what are you gonna do?
well, I'd like to ask the group. She kept saying it was self-defense, but since we were winning so much, is it more like self-offense?
I like that.
The best defense is a good offense.
So it was self-offense.
We kind of went from being on the back foot to being more of a power bottom. Now, there's one thing I want to take care of while we're in town.
I'm not sure that's the.
Is that how you got knocked up? Anyway.
Here's the thing. I don't know if we can do it, and I don't honestly want to take too much time with it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You guys, I really need that headpiece. I need it. I really need it. I need that headpiece.
How much was that headpiece again?
6,000 gold pieces.
Oh yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah. So, but like,
Right.
so yeah. So, I was thinking. I don't know if there's some work we can pick up, or if there's some favor we can do, Desmond, you're like the best negotiator I know. You're so good at striking deals and just like,
Hillary, you do know that Bara is not going anywhere.
We might not want to work around.
I think leaving Bara is how we'll get the work to pay for this thing.
I'm not sure our style of work would really go down well with the town guard at this particular juncture in time.
Well, there's the Sealed Gear Call. There's the Sealed Gear Call, which is like basically a sort of like little mercenary company of monster hunters. So like obviously they just need like some muscle, some regular fighting strength. Sometimes maybe there's. I gotta have it.
How about this, Hillary? We celebrate tonight.
Yes.
Tomorrow we go see if they have any work.
Okay.
We'll make you that deal.
Okay. And I don't want to push anybody in. And if we have to go without it, then we will. But boy, I feel like I was meant to have it. I feel like I was destined to have it.
Just has
I feel like some
feathers.
power on high.
It just has raven feathers on it, and it's a nice little circle.
Is it possible that you could settle for something else right now? Like if that's the gotta have it thing, is there a like it or love it that we could deal with?
It's like made of robin feathers instead. Really? You went with the ice cream? Okay,
Well, if something on high really wants you to have it, they could always give you some cash to buy it.
It's more in my case, as far as I understand it, it's more of like you gotta put in the work. You gotta prove your worth. You gotta you know what I mean? You gotta kind of
Start hobbling towards the
We
town.
shouldn't have tried.
Okay.
we're walking and talking.
I'm holding my rib cages from being sunbeam crap out of. Not making
Yeah.
cages.
You're just covered in sunburns at this point.
Yeah, I didn't know I could get sunburned.
Yeah. It took some effort. Yeah.
Do you think your dad would be offended if you put down a down payment?
Oh, absolutely not.
Maybe the shop would be willing to work with
What's
you.
your line of credit?
Oh, well.
Do you have previous pay stubs? What about equity? Do you have equity?
Also, you know, come to think of it, I'm not a very eloquent type. I think that you should be the one to go in there and negotiate for it, probably, maybe with your help. Just being like of the mercantile persuasion.
I think if we're trying to negotiate 6,000 down to several hundred, we might find that a little bit difficult, though.
Sure, that's why we gotta send in our prettiest faces and our best talkers.
You know, a couple thousand.
You don't want to send in somebody all big and clumsy like me. I'm probably just gonna break something and make her angry again.
Hold on, what?
Look, everyone likes small fur creatures. Hey, Edlin, you go with Harry. Just pop on the shoulder, real adorable.
Thinking that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, no, see, so you guys mentioned it, and I went by to just like take a look, and then I ended up just making a bit of a social faux pas and got her kind of angry at me, and she already thought Edlin was my pet. So we are personae non gratae in the shop at the moment.
Hillary, let me ask you this.
Well, actually,
Did we just repeat the boat incident?
The boat incident?
Where somehow we ended up with a crossbow that shoots harpoons.
No, because in this case, we did not leave with the crown.
So we almost forgot, yes.
We failed to repeat the boat incident. I'm sorry, Desmond. I'm sorry, Desmond. I know you don't approve.
Well, okay.
I apologize. Truly.
I mean, there's plenty of ways to acquire something without actually
Miss Penny.
doing that.
Take a drink.
I'll tell you what Ethan would have done.
I had a drink. You want a drink? Have some Farbeck.
Back when Ethan and I were running around, and anytime Ethan wanted something, he couldn't afford it, he'd usually convince somebody to get it for him, or he'd just produce writs of stolen property and bring it in as a claimant, saying that it needs to be returned to the rightful owner.
I mean, I kind of already felt bad doing it the first time. I certainly don't want to try it again. I don't know.
I don't want to steal from them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't be a party to that. If I'm going to steal something, I'm going to do it honestly.
That's right. See, and here's the thing, and you have no reason to believe me when I say this, but if you trust me at all, my honest intention was to steal it, and then every scrap of gold that I earned from then on, just mail it straight back to her until I paid the full price. Listen, I know that sounds crazy, but I gotta have this thing. I really do.
I believe you.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you very much.
Do you think you have anything you could put up for collateral if we were to do a payment plan type deal?
Not really, no.
What about your axe?
This might prove difficult.
My axe is currently somewhere on the upper plains.
What about that sword, like Raven for Raven?
No, my sword is another thing that I gotta have. It is hers. It is hers through and through. Look at the shape of it, the design. She whispered to me that it was came from one of her places.
Who is she exactly? Are we talking about what was it?
Nemain.
Nemain. Yeah. Right. And Nemain was one of the Tuatha?
Nemain is one of the aspects of the Morrigan, which is who is one of the Tuatha.
Hillary, I never thought that I, of all people, would be the one saying this, but I think you need to have a little less of a close connection to material things. This seems like a little bit of an obsession at this point, and believe me, I love material things. That is not something I would normally think.
Listen, Hillary is just a material girl living in a material world.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wait till we go to the ethereal plane. It'll be a ethereal girl.
If I was overly attached to material things, why would I burn 600 gold worth of diamonds into two pieces of shit who, honestly, I wanted to die anyway?
Probably don't say that so loud in the streets of Paris.
I saved their lives! There's only so much inner agreement with morality that you can expect from me. It's not that I want a bunch of stuff. I just want
that thing.
That thing.
And that's all.
Just want one stuff.
And this
Maybe
And this other thing.
And this, that's all I need. And this thing.
That way.
maybe that's proof that you've got a
And that
conscience.
guy's eye.
Maybe that's proof that you actually do have a conscience somewhere deep in there, or it's a bit of undigested potato or something.
I think everybody's got a bit of a different conscience.
A spot of mustard.
I think everybody's got a bit of a different conscience. I think even somebody like Ethan, who, boy, that's a conversation, but even somebody like that's got their own idea of right and wrong, and I know that mine ain't everybody's, but I really do feel like I'm meant to have this thing.
I'll tell you what, we'll look for work tomorrow. If there's something we can knock out real quick,
That won't
do
get us
that.
in trouble with the guard.
That won't get us in trouble.
Yeah, we'll look at the seal gear. Hell, that'll bring me full circle.
Yeah, right?
And I could do with a little spare coin myself. I didn't mind that hammer I was looking at. Couldn't quite afford it, so that gets me a little closer to that. I'll call that a win.
And if it just takes a day or two before we get to set off for the Claw Garden, I hope nobody minds that too much. And I mean, I'm already in your debt for more than one reason, but this would just, boy, I really owe you.
Maybe we could also see if she would be willing to take a down payment to set it aside for us.
Sure,
Just to
maybe
make
you
sure
could
that
see
we-
that. Yeah, maybe you could ask her.
Yeah,
So maybe she's got a job we could do.
Sure, maybe you could ask her that.
okay. Yeah, so.
Then let us do these things.
What is the time of day right now? Is it like?
It's like 9-ish,
Okay,
probably.
so tomorrow we will go to the shop and make these arrangements and make sure that we can secure it at some point. Maybe not in the next few days, but at least have it for you ready.
When he says we, he means we.
Yeah.
You probably don't need to go near the building again.
Although I might give you all a little tap on the butt before you walk in.
I'll take that.
All right. Which would come with magic, just to be clear. It would be a spell that would help you.
Yes,
that's all-
okay.
it's all-
You got, all right.
Hillary, it's always magic when you
The
tap my butt.
magic touch.
Look at them sparks.
No, literally, like, look at those.
In the first place, I have no idea. Hurry into the Cala Garden, and I don't care how long it takes us to get there.
Sure.
And so I'm perfectly willing to stick around and get you that whatever it is.
I really appreciate it, really. And thank you for your help earlier, really.
Well, I firmly believe that coin isn't everything, and I think that perhaps there's a job or some sort of exchange that she could agree to.
Yeah. And if there is, I'm willing. Whatever it is. Well, not whatever it is. Not whatever it is.
Yes,
Anyway. Oh, hey, look, we're at the bar.
Yep. You make your way across to the Windsill Tavern. It takes you a while. It's sort of on the other side of town, but
okay.
you kind of make your way through. There's still kind of the ever-present creaking of the gondolas overhead, the constant whistle of wind that kind of flows between the buildings here.
Oh,
Oh, you all can take a boat if you want. I'm walking.
I'm gonna walk with SARS this time.
I'm gonna walk too.
okay.
Okay.
It is fun though. You wanna go up, I'm sure somebody else will wanna go.
That's all right.
Leora wants to go.
Okay.
I've been on my feet a lot.
Wow, so we're sending you two. I will also take the boat.
I'm walking with Saras.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck finding Nelson.
I will absolutely
Nelson
be looking for
Gondola.
Nelson.
All right. Anybody else taking the boats? Walking. Okay. Go ahead and deduct. Go ahead and deduct 5 silver pieces for the boat trip.
Oh. I'll refund any pint for that. You got that?
Yeah.
And
Actually,
then you, those of you on the boat, up higher it's much more windy, but you can see kind of the patches of starlight kind of pouring down between the gaps in the mist overhead. They all kind of twinkle and glow in varying shades and colors and hues, each throwing off a slight geometric, prismatic sort of shape around them, almost like a halo of light. And it's beautiful, especially after so much time spent in the far west, it's nice to actually see the stars again. So from your perspective, creaking along overhead, it's a peaceful journey, and eventually you make your way. Go ahead.
Is it Nelson? I did say I was going to check.
It is not Nelson in this case. Yeah, sorry.
It was only a handful.
Yeah, but you eventually you make your way to the Windsill Tavern. The rest of you also convening over there, and you finally make your way in, creaking and groaning into the warmth of the tavern.
I love this place.
We have rooms, right?
I believe you already secured rooms?
Think so?
Yeah, so yeah, you should have rooms.
We went shopping while you all went to the tavern.
That's right.
There is in fact an upper story to this building, so you get to actually come downstairs in the
Stay
morning.
on the first floor.
Okay.
We're sleeping downstairs.
We're not leaving bed.
Okay, Edlin goes to bed. You have 3 rooms, so you all can kind of share however you choose.
Piece of furniture and just curl up on top.
Okay,
Set it
good.
upstairs so I can constantly sleep down the stairs.
All right.
Who's around?
Taking a look around the bar, it's quite busy. There are a lot of people and patrons here kind of winding down for the evening, getting their drinks well into their cups already. We do hear a familiar voice off to one side. Well, I swear, and you know, I was hauling my nets in, and I tell you what, it was the largest pike I ever did see in my life. Oh, my stars. And you look across the way, and you do in fact see, oh my God, I need to pull this up. Reba, thank you. You do in fact see Reba over there entertaining a gaggle of other kind of looks to be dock workers and fisher folk who are all kind of gathered around. Some of them, yeah, what, like 4 feet long, something like that. I caught a 6-footer not that long ago. I tell you what, that sucker put up a heck of a fight, but it was no match for these guns. Whoa.
This motherfucker right here!
Well, there they are. Long time no see. How y'all doing? Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you all looking so, well, I want to say fresh-faced and fancy-free, but you look a little on the grisly side there.
Yeah, we got shit mixed today. Give me a hug.
Yeah, and you know,
I just got my beauty.
in this case, like you both wrap each other up in a hug, and you can feel metal armor creaking under like friggin' enormous. Well, who are your friends here?
Boy, this is nobody. We've got Desmond over here.
Oh, you're somebody to me, honey.
Hey, oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
I go over and I just wrap my arm around nobody. That over there is Edlin. We've got kids.
Edlin's not there.
Oh,
Went
that's
straight to bed.
I came down the stairs and into the bedroom rather than downstairs to the common.
That's right.
Edlin's running around here somewhere. Might be a ferret. Long story.
That sounds like an interesting story, though.
We got Kaz and our newest member over here, Leoro.
Kaz and Leoro. My goodness, what a couple of young stud muffins. And you said Desmond? Wonderful. Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And what brings y'all back to Bara?
Just passing through, honestly. Got some work that brought us here. Got more work taking us away.
Well, there you are. Ain't that how it goes, though?
That is.
Yeah.
Tell me about this pike.
About this pike, well, you know, I was out there coming up close to sundown. I was about to turn my boat back around, and I tell you what, I grabbed onto something that just about yanked me right overboard. I thought I was pulling in a selkie at first or something, and turns out after a good long fight, I pulled in the biggest mother trucker I ever did see.
What's a truck?
The truck? Oh, it's a sort of.
It's a box that you keep things in when you transport.
Well, no. In this place, it's more of like what you put on the bottom of a wagon. You connect the wheels to it. Yeah.
Oh, they called that word meant something different in Vesic. They had these people who would run you around on little sort of like wheelbarrow type things, but reversed in a little harness. Anyway. It's not a dirty joke, y'all. It's just that's what a truck is. Never mind. Anyway.
The whole Bible goes kind of quiet, like all thoughtful.
I did a joke that starts like that, but I won't repeat it in mixed company.
Now, I was meaning to ask you, darling, where are you from?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. I'm from just west of Carrick.
West of Carrick, geez, my Australian slipping into all ways. It's hard. Down to it. Oh geez, now it's like now it's an ear.
Right?
I got the earworm. Yes, I'm from Wuthrin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of a surprise to me to see this particular dialect. God, it's just so contagious. I can't see this one.
You got to give yourself the key phrase. Key phrase is something
key
that
phrase.
you know you're always going to say.
Oh my stars. So, okay, there we go.
There you go.
Oh my stars. That's the one.
That's that character's catchphrase.
That's the key
then fine.
phrase.
If it gets you right in, yeah.
Oh my star. Yes, well, I'm from Wuthering, and it's just a surprise to me to see, someone else with this dialect from so far abroad.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's still fairly far north, so maybe it's just like northern in general.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know either. You ever been to Wuthering?
No, but I'd like to. We're just kind of going everywhere and then some, so maybe someday.
Well, if you ever make it out to that part of the country, then make sure to go speak to Greta. She would be just delighted to have you. Fantastic hostess, and she would put y'all up just fine, get y'all some good old-fashioned cooking, and have a good old time.
And
Show you around.
Who's Greta?
Oh, Greta, she's my aunt. She just lives out that way on a small farm, just off towards, a little closer to Miss Coyle than she'd appreciate, but it's safe enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming, if she's around, then she can probably take care of herself too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Honestly, oh my start. Honestly, just kind of runs in the family. I was always a big boy, and they have need of that out these parts.
Yeah.
Plus, there's only so much dry grassland you can handle.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to see the world a bit.
So speaking of big boys, and maybe the exact opposite,
My
is
favorite
Benny
subject.
Around?
What?
Is Benny around?
Benny? No, unfortunately, Benny is not around. He decided to go on a little bit of a sabbatical out towards Vesic, see if he can find some work down that way. It's a bit more interesting. Told him wasn't a good idea, but he's got some dreams of potentially being a Savoyan one day.
Oh, well, that's funny. If we do see, I don't know if we're going into Vesic, but we're
we are not.
traveling with some Savoyans who might be able to help him get some work, because I know that they're a little short-staffed now.
Oh, all right. Well, he left not long after y'all did, to be honest. So I don't really know where he's at these point. Honestly, Benny and I were never bosom buddies, but we are drinking buddies sometimes. People come and go.
Going all the time. Is his last name Hill?
That.
I don't like you for some reason.
That's wild. I know it was just the one night, but I felt like I connected with him real soon, real close, real fast. About how long after we left would you say he left?
Oh, probably like the second night out.
Well, let me get you and your friends around the drinks, and let's get this party started.
Well, that sounds good to me then, friend. All right. And
I think this place needs a little more lively music. So at that point,
I think you're right.
Going to set up.
okay, you begin to set up, and the arrow begins to play. There's kind of this instantly you and what instrument are you using right for this again?
Using the lute.
The lute for this one? Okay.
Yep.
As you strum, it's almost like just a power chord. And it just echoes and reverberates a little longer than you're used to. You just feel like, there's a little bit of a confidence after that battle there, and you feel like a sureness in your pluck and cadence. And as you begin to play, go ahead and roll a performance check here really quick.
Come on, you got this.
And we're gonna do this at advantage.
Okay. Ooh, that's a natural 16
Nice.
plus 10, so 26.
Bards.
Okay.
Bard with performance. I don't know.
Bard. There we go.
The two of you.
They were supposed to roll 4?
So as you begin to play, you fill the bar up with the sound of this music. It's kind of a cacophony. It begins to increase in pace, this kind of intense cadence that's just filling up this...
I've got a.
Do that, set the beat.
And this guy kind of sitting, he's actually not even a musician, he's just at a table, and he just starts boom, 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 and he's kind of looking around in confusion at his hands, not really sure what he's doing. He's looking around at everybody, almost a look of like surprise, but then a grin spreads across his face and he keeps going.
Pour some drinks for my friends over there. I yell out at the barkeep.
All right. You've got it. And he starts to pour around rounds of ale to go to all the different tables. There's whiskey, there's wine going around, plenty of different drinks for each table. Moving with a kind of surprising pep in his step, just slinging them around almost in beat with the music.
Yep. And at this point, I just keep kind of riling up the crowd. And you guys can see my appearance is even changing somewhat. Like, my hair looks longer and flowier. My features almost look sharper and more kind of bold. And you can tell there's some phase shit going on here. So
His pants grow very tight. Yes. It starts to continue around this, like, really the whole bar starts to get in on this. There's like tables thumping around. Liero keeps motioning at different groups of people who suddenly just start dancing and moving and just like, arms in the air. Points around all of you. I want you all to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Hey!
You pulling, boy.
Oh no.
No.
Oh jeez.
You're a half elf, Penny?
Do I still have advantage?
I'm a full elf.
Nope.
You're
I
a full
failed.
elf?
11.
Is it a charm effect?
It would be a charm effect in this case. So if you're an elf, then you would get advantage.
I don't have to worry. I never have to.
Six.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically,
And what's your save DC, Angus?
oh yeah, my save DC
Early arm?
is 15.
15. So anyone under a 15, Leoro kind of like points out at all of you.
Yep, so I'm pretty much going to, I'm going to be playing a song that's very memorable to everybody and just yell, sing along! Or join me! Join me, and then start singing.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet.
Excellent. And all of you just
Honor.
sweet Cala Anor.
I know that part.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that one.
Slap, slap, slap. It is like you all just are pulled along by this cadence, by this kind of relentless rhythm that's being set by Leoro, and you just feel like dazzled here. Your mind kind of is a little fuzzy, and you just get into the singing and the songs of it all.
Well, I rolled a 15, but yeah, I get the idea.
Yeah, yeah. For those of you who succeeded on the save, you kind of realize there's like something like, wow, kind of you like shake your head and there's the fog kind of lifts. And it's nothing like negative or anything, but you do sort of get the sense that,
Yeah, and a lot of the visual does start to fade, and it was clear there was like a minute of this being really intense and like something special going on. So, yeah, this was a flavored mantle of majesty.
Nice.
all right. So,
I have to admit, I've never given bards a good rap before. I think I'm gonna have to change my tune.
Oh
Boy.
that was
I can help you set that tune.
I'm glad I'm not here. That would have to backstab you.
all right.
You
Yeah, so
don't
I
have to
kind of get into a little more normal playing after 30 minutes.
After a minute of aggressive dancing, Bloody sits back down and looks at his cup, which is full of wine,
Yeah. Undiluted.
undiluted wine. Just grabs a water jug and just tops it up with water.
You're a really good dancer.
Thanks for you.
Hello.
All right, the bar continues to just be like, reveling in it. Faustus is still going around, kind of greeting people happily, kind of doing his own little dance as he goes, as Leoro keeps the energy up. What is everybody else doing here?
Be getting 2 pints of Broad Lake Ale,
Okay.
and we'll take one for myself and take the other, set it down in front of Des, and said, "It's a rough day, but you did good out there.
Yeah.
I think you made the right calls."
Well, I was happy to have my friends with me. Damn it.
What's up?
Well, I thought of something that would really just sting Ethan on the way out if I would have thought of it then.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, he said see you later, and I you know what I should have said to him? And I grabbed the beer. I should have said, there was a musician, and well, I'm thinking about the music now. There's a musician that used to play just over there on Smith Street, and there's a bit of lyric that he said once, and that would really probably cue in for Ethan, and if I would have said it then, that would have been so good.
What was it?
Some things are bigger than hellfire, and some lives are smaller than most. I can't justify an existence spent dancing with a ghost.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
Ooh.
And if I would have just turned around after saying that, that probably would have sizzled.
Walk away without looking back.
Yeah.
Almost like somebody's watching you, just sort of like swell in their view, like towards some sort of like rectangular frame, like a picture.
And
Almost.
flames going up.
Yeah. But then the jail would burn down, and I don't think anybody wants
Right,
that.
yeah.
That would have been really cool.
It's a really
And he
good,
says,
it's a really good lyric.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, cheers.
After you're done with Saurus's, here,
Set down a double shot of Farbank bourbon.
I got you. I had to face some things I wasn't expecting, and a really tough decision came up. But I think I did the best I could, and even if I didn't, my friends got my back.
Wait, which decision? Which decision?
Yours?
Oh.
That's the drink you got.
Yeah, I got you a drink.
Oh! Thanks, Henry.
See, yes, that's all right.
That's nice. Yeah.
Cheers.
Tastes like friendship.
A little worried about Benny, Mr. Hill.
What's wrong with it?
Little suspicious to me.
Wow.
Just running off?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's fine as long as he's got his jets with him.
Wow. I think he's just looking for a bunch of doors to open.
So I've alluded to the fact that I'm not very popular in Bessic. Some people there would wish harm upon me, and I might just be paranoid, but we show up, we meet him, and then like 2 days later he leaves this place to head down to Bessic. Now, Reba seems to think that like he was, maybe already leaning that way. But if he does want to become a Savoy and get some nice seed money to start such a venture, I have to imagine there's somebody down there that give him that money in exchange for information about me.
but would Benny know that people were looking for you in Vesic?
Word spreads. I was kind of famous, actually. But, yeah.
And if they find you?
Well, just like with Desmond, I'm not terribly afraid of it. I just don't want to cause us all a bunch more hassle. I know you don't care. But, we got things to do. I'm not interested in like putting all that back together or whatnot. I'd sooner go after the Fathom Pearl, and sooner than that, I'd rather go get the headdress. And, I just don't want it to become all about demons chasing us down from our pasts.
I look at Kaz when I say that.
Who do you work for? It's all right. If they come for you, we'll give them the old 1-2, and I'll send out 2 like prestidigitation, like little like sparks. Oh, here's your bottleneck.
Oh, thank you.
It's empty.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there we were, just all.
For the rest of the night, I'm going to be holding Lesser Restoration as soon as he starts to puke.
Okay, good.
By the way, Kaz, I feel like I kind of let you down in that fight. I completely forgot to basically do that thing with the ring to keep you safe, and I'm sorry for that.
No. It's just, Desmond had me flying, man. What else do I need?
Well, I mean, that was super cool and also part of the problem. Anyway, next time, just don't be afraid to be selfish. And if you start feeling like you're really getting the shit kicked out of you, just be like, hey, hurry, and I'll just throw a little love your way.
And I put my finger against your lips. Shh, it's okay.
Ooh.
Part of the team here, Valerie.
Wow. Oh boy, if you were a different person, I'm not sure which way this would go. Anyway, on back.
If I was a different person, wouldn't that be so
just the way you are.
I don't know where I rolled a 13.
One of these days, we gotta sit down and unpack everybody because the illusions are just, yeah, it's a lot. Anyway.
I'm actually pretty good at them. Not as good as the Earl. Mine are alright.
All right, you're just gonna stay close to me for the rest of the night.
Oh, Hallory, please be gentle.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, as you do pull me in,
Y'all got some stuff going on there, don't you?
it's ice cold.
Oh, aren't you red? Just I'm remembering that detail correctly. You're red.
Yeah.
Huh.
Clammy.
Huh. Okay.
Hasn't come up yet, so I was like, yeah.
Are you a little sauced at this point?
I'm pretty sauced.
You did like half a bottle of bourbon.
I drank the bottle for a guy who doesn't drink very much.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, you handed the bottle back.
So,
Yep.
All right. So the night begins to wear on. Anything else anybody wants to do or discuss before turning in for the evening?
Once I feel like I've gotten Kaz situated, I'm gonna just look around, see if I can find anybody.
Hey, but okay. Doesn't take you long. There are several around here. There's
Surprise me.
good. Okay.
But I'm not
DM,
what the hell?
make up a hottie for your player.
Sexy goblin.
I'm not in the habit of sleeping with people I actually care about.
So,
I think.
kind of taking a look around, you see a very kind of live Triton, actually, nearby. She's got kind of this. She's got like this sort of fin pattern that kind of ripples out from the center of her forehead that kind of comes up in multiple like waves that kind of go up and around the back of her her neck there. She stands obviously very muscular in. Looks to be tight-fitting leathers.
How muscular?
Like
You soft, Jesse. Smoke you soft.
like whip-like, you know, not super, yeah, like not bulky, yeah, more like gymnast, you know. Wearing leathers, she's got a short sword at her hip that seems to be, you know, the way she walks seems to be well practiced, and she kind of laughs, you know, conversing with an elf man nearby, she's got kind of this pale blue skin. You can see just a hint of scaling along there, but like it's very subtle.
Cool. I don't want to take too much time with this. Do you want me to just like make a persuasion check?
Make a persuasion check.
And then I get kicked out of the bedroom when I won't take the sword off? What do we do?
Okay, persuasion check.
Well, you can wisdom save.
21.
Okay.
Totally fine.
Hillary kind of gets up and walks off. You all watch, there's a brief kind of exchange before they both head off deeper into the inn.
For the next 10 minutes, I'm still talking to Hillary, even though she's not there. She walked away and I'm still chatting at her, not even realizing.
Picturing your fingers still up like that, you know?
Just tell her you didn't understand.
There she goes. There goes my hero.
You are not, in fact, kicked out this time. Go ahead and roll a quick wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So this is a wisdom saving throw to see if I do take the sword off, but whether I do or not, it's all good. Ooh, 14?
You don't.
I don't take
You're
it
still
off.
good. She seems to be into it.
And nothing was wrong in the first place. That is the lesson I'm taking away from this.
Yeah. Very good, very good.
That's my night.
All right, used very efficiently. The rest of you, are you doing anything else with the remainder of your evening?
I'm going to sleep.
Going to sleep?
Yeah.
Good.
I was gonna have a quick chat with nobody.
You see
Okay.
me walk up the stairs.
Hey, nobody. I was actually gonna chat with you for a second.
What do you need?
Well, you remember in the cave when I went down, and you started dragging me off before I figured out that, well, I got back up and shot my crossbow. Anyways, when I went down, I had a bit of a vision, and there was a very well, it's kind of a godly person with a sword. Have you had anything like that? I was just thinking, well, Hillary's connection to Nemain, I thought maybe...
Can I roll?
That'd be religion. Yeah. 2 seconds here.
I kind of played it off real cool, less, you know, at the time, you know, I was stone cold about it, just super, you know, totally cool.
Cool. Nobody's face sort of like scrumbles as he desperately tries to use his 10 intelligence to
10 is average.
Yeah.
make a religion check.
You have 10 intelligence?
What's that, Mark?
And it's a 10. How about that?
That is enough to know. I mean, this is not an uncommon deity. Mananan is the kind of fisher god, conveyor of souls. He's the Tuatha De Danann who supposedly is responsible for ferrying souls from this life to the next. The sword he wields especially is sort of one of legend to your people, given their combative nature. He wields the hex blade Fragarak.
Fragarak?
Mm-hmm.
You saw the fisherman.
Well, there was water and he had the sword, so I suppose that makes sense.
Our people speak of a deity, one who ferries those across the boundary of life and death.
Well, yeah. What does that make me, I guess? Am I the ghost of Twilight then? With
Catch and release.
one
Oh!
That was
I like that.
wow.
I like that.
That,
1 foot treading sweet rapture and the other one in the grave. That's another lyric.
episode.
I do not know, but your purpose here is not ended.
Yeah, he said you get one freebie.
He spoke.
Yeah, he said my name even. But I was asking if you'd had anything like that. Anything like that pop up for you?
No, not like that.
Well, all right then. Well, I haven't mentioned that bit to any of the others. I was still playing it cool, you know, stone cold about it. Right? Do I look?
Yes.
I'm keeping it in. Just yeah. Right?
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, where are the two of you discussing this? Like in the hallway or in one of the rooms?
Yeah, just kind of like he was on the way upstairs.
I was about to go up the stairs and then he like asked me to come back down for a sec, so we're just like by the staircase or something.
I was just curious because I'm totally sleeping and I'm not faking it.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely, elf. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Elves never fake sleeping.
I won't keep you any longer. I just was kind of curious about it. I thought that you were the only one who knew about, you know, the cave. So maybe it was, maybe you had something to connect with on that.
We're nowhere near Carrig, are we?
No, you're quite a ways. You would be probably 2 weeks to 3 weeks journey from Carrig.
Dang.
Just for the record, could I get the Triton's name, please, for my list?
Oh, jeez.
Are you making a tattoo list of them?
Her name is Rivar, sorry.
Is that Iron Rebar?
I was gonna
We'll
say,
find this.
Revolver.
Does Helen have the shellfish out and show? Just check.
As long as we're just adding Roshan to your list, you're good.
There's something
One
there.
eye with Hillary shall be reading.
Yeah. Boy.
All right. Anybody else have anything to do before they turn in for the night? And Des, I'm assuming you're doing some potion crafting as well.
Yeah, I'll do my typical routine for the evening. Work on some of the outfits still, because I've got several to make. I was working on Saris's.
Okay, cool.
A lot of fabric for that one.
I kind of just sit at the table, unable to really walk in my own power.
Yeah, kind of just like.
Yeah, just.
I will, as I wrap up the music, I'll go ahead and walk over to you and kind of sling your arm over my shoulder and just kind of lift up and like pat you on the back and start leading you up the stairs.
Harry's so good at magic, Leora.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Let's get you to bed. You seem very drunk.
When I'm done, I will walk a feign back downstairs, and not seeing anybody else around, I'll go up and find whatever room seems available, preferring my bunkmate since the beginning. Strip off everything but the sword and just...
Okay, good.
I will say Saris was still awake for a little bit. Got like a quill and a little piece of like scrap parchment and is like jotting things down, scribbling it out. Sees, hey, oh,
Hey,
good night.
good night. Oh.
Clank, clank.
And I'll just continue scratching for about 30, 40 minutes and then turn it in.
Okay.
Do you normally share with Penny? Is that?
I think in the past it's mostly been Penny and Sars because we
Okay,
were
so
in like the first like little trio, but whatever. We haven't paid too particular much.
A lot of times we've been camping, so it's
Right.
just whoever's been out. But yeah, usually in rooms it's free.
Penny has taken one of her 4 pain pills. And you know what? It's for legitimate reasons.
Tonight, yes.
Hillary is pumping out healing and I think just looked over Penny's head because she's just like covered. And she's usually kind of dirty anyway, but it's a lot of her blood.
I would put at least one healing word into you. Like, so.
Yeah, I'm assuming folks could have spent some time healing each other up, on the journey.
As you're taking me up.
I have no spell slots left, but yeah.
Like I could do stuff to myself.
I'm almost faithful.
I took a pain pill instead.
Yeah. Okay. Feeling bad about not sharing the vitality with you.
Yeah, I feel a lot better now.
No,
I do feel a lot better now.
Here we go.
Why are you wasting things?
Wasting.
I don't know. I'm going to bed. I'm not going to bed. I'm in bed. I'm sitting here.
Take 25 hit points.
Hi. I don't know if that's from you or from these pills, but I feel fine now. I feel perfect.
All right,
I feel good.
I knew that I would.
Bill's here.
Bill's here.
Bill.
Like as I was bringing you up, you said you were.
Just.
Okay, we're gonna start a
How do you do the illusion? The magic, the lions, the tigers.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you exactly how. I think it's just I've always had a way with stories, and this is just like at some point I started being able to channel energy and manifest these stories in a more like grand way. It's kind of wonderful, but I can't exactly explain it.
So jealous of you.
You can shoot fire out of your hands. You are flying around there with meteors flying around your head, launching at enemies in all directions. I am in awe of what you can do, sir. It is incredible.
Now, the first spell I ever cast was actually illusion stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I was so proud to show my parents it. My mom was excited. My dad was more interested in what else I could do.
A lot of expectation there, then.
Yeah. He just has his ways. But that's alright.
I'm glad you found your own path. And hopefully this is your own path. This is what you would like to do at this point.
I can honestly say this is where I want to be.
That's good.
I'm just curious how long that'll last.
is the way of the adventure. You never quite know how long it will last.
Yeah.
So many writers fail to write their next book. It just sits there in the middle of a series for who knows how long. It's terrible.
Sure, call me out.
By the way, everybody, go read Underrealm. It's great.
That was not the intention there.
Meanwhile, Cyrus.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Meanwhile, Cyrus.
The end. Okay, good.
Had it
Did it.
Whole complete.
Once upon a time, the end.
Okay.
That's a good story.
You can fill
So you get up
whatever
towards your, you get up to your room there. Who are you sharing? Go ahead.
I'm guessing I'm sharing with Aurora.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? So we've got, I imagine, Des and nobody are sharing a room. I would
How many
assume
rooms do we have?
3.
Three?
I'm just on top of a piece of furniture somewhere curled up as a parrot. I don't even know which room, so.
Okay. So we've got 3. We've got Helry, Saris, and Penny in one room. We've got nobody, Des, and we will say. Okay.
I'll be
Even, you're in their room. Odd, you're in their room.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh god.
Odd, you're in the room with Kaz and the Oro.
The Magic Boys.
Magic Boys. You two get your own room?
Since I'll be up like tinkering, doing this and that for a few hours, I will probably go with whoever needs to sleep the least, I guess now.
I mean, nobody basically is just like passes out.
Just lays down and
I mean,
No, not on the bed.
Yeah.
Like beds.
Just on a chair or?
I'm just on the floor.
Oh, fair.
It's a wood floor, right?
Mhm.
I assume.
still doing the.
Oh god, that's
You can all hear the wall kind of vibrating as you hear like little explosions and stuff coming from Desmond.
it's like
I gotta figure out that silence spell.
I'll use his exhales as like wind pressure to
Yeah, you're like.
little apparatuses that.
Yeah, the burner is not lighting. Oh, here, bellows, please. Thank you. Yeah.
Penny might wander in at some point and just kind of sit there and just watch. Just a little vacant, but just watching. Very fascinated.
Well, hey there, Penny. Hold this. Thank you.
Come in looking like Carrie, just covered in blood, looking like Carrie.
But I feel fine now. I can.
All right, you managed to finish a potion. It is a kind of ochre liquid, smelling faintly of like animal fur.
Are we gonna treat the old numbers as the same potion?
They are the same. Oh, I didn't tell you what number each one was.
Yeah, because I rolled those.
He's been keeping track of the numbers he rolled.
Yeah, 1, 3, and 5.
Oh, I thought you were having me roll them. Okay, then in that case, roll a d12.
7.
7. Okay. You do not get an ochre liquid. Instead, you get a. It's sort of a green. It's sort of a clear liquid, but with a ball of kind of green jelly at the center that sort of expands and contracts a little bit as you watch it, and it does not have any particular aroma that you can get.
It's Ovaltine.
It looks like a blowfish.
Oh no.
It- I like it.
Penny's eyes are completely dilated.
You doing all right, babe?
I'm doing really good now. I really hope we can go to the bathhouse tomorrow though, because I need a clean.
Oh, here, I can actually clean you up. I've got, no, never mind, I've just got towels.
See, and that works, but then the towel's dirty, so it's just like a transitional property.
Yeah, see, I thought I had some spells that might help, but I never figured that one out. See, some people can like snap their fingers and clean things up, and I can put things together. And
At this point, the door opens, Leoro meditates a couple times and goes back to bed.
Wow.
That's what we do.
The magic boys have struck again.
I was thinking ketos might be better because it's at least wet.
I agree.
Cleaning off, but now I don't need to.
You could get Kip wet and then you'd have a moist Albert.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Woof.
Oh, I love it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, incidentally, Keto's limbs are still doing the little weird like.
Oh, and Penny's watching. But I think I should go back to my room.
Nobody's like some.
I don't need to hold things anymore. That was really good.
I've got plenty of things for you to hold if you need to hold something. Here, I've got these need to stay upright and. Oh no.
Oh God.
All right.
Chemistry with drugs.
This is gonna end fantastically. All right, you do. All right, so you finish your potions. You get some more work done on the next outfit. We'll say, but if you're making potions and doing outfits, you get about which outfit are you making at this point again?
Making Ceres's.
Ceres's.
I've been working on it for like 2 days now.
Okay, we're gonna say in that case, you put the last touches on it and you finish up Ceres's outfit in this period of time. All right, Penny. Eventually, you retire back to your room with Saris and Helry. Helry is spread eagle, freaking buck naked on her bed.
Nothing but a sword.
Yep, that's right.
This is your god.
Saris, you finish up writing, and what are you doing with your? At this point, you just going to bed straight afterwards?
Yep, I just tuck it up, fold it, put it in my pack, and then just curl up and just.
Okay, sounds good.
And I probably won't do any doodling because I was occupied already.
Okay, Edlin, you are extremely asleep.
Yes, I'm very asleep. I'm not faking in the slightest.
Okay, you're rolling that dice in a way that makes me
I'm just waiting.
fear.
It's a
Okay.
D10.
It's a
I'm just waiting.
D10, so.
Oh, right, okay.
I would have
I'm just
probably
making sure it's warmed up.
Oh, gotcha, got it. Okay, and then Kaz and Leoro.
So yeah, I would have just basically stayed up for about 2 hours doing some writing about the day, slept for my 4-hour meditation, or did my 4-hour meditation and a couple more hours of writing.
Okay, good. Kaz, you are drunk as a skunk and you just pass out. You get kind of like that spinning sensation, obviously. You feel kind of like, whoa, but you're just too drunk to give a shit. And eventually you just kind of drift off into this sort of fitful sleep, kind of drifting in and out, like sometimes like waking up blearily, staring out at the shifting shadows of the dark room around you and, passing out again. And a few hours in, after Leoro's gone to sleep, you kind of like wake up and you just feel like, oh, I gotta pee so bad. And you kind of awaken fully-ish, but as you open your eyes, it's probably around 3 a.m. and there's that strange kind of warping quality to the darkness around you that it's like when you wake up suddenly and everything looks kind of weird and twisty, and you kind of like sit up in bed, realize as you've kind of like come down off of most of the alcohol and the hangover starting to kick in, and you're starting to think like, oh boy, regrets might have been made. And you hear something, kind of and you kind of wake up more fully and look around. You look up towards Edlin, who is still curled up on top of the case. However, Edlin, I'll let you roll a perception check, as you do still need to meditate, which is the same as sleeping.
Right.
But in terms of perception and all that. Okay, Edlin, you are at this point deep in meditation and not really aware of what's going on. Kaz, you kind of like come more to your senses and look around, and the shifting in most of the room stops as you kind of like blink it out of your eyes. However, one corner of the room still has that sort of like twisting sort of sensation along the walls there. you sort of focus on it. You keep shaking your head and kind of trying to shake it out, and it's not going away. And you hear again, and it sounds like it's coming from far away and coming closer. And as you watch, you kind of like lean in to look towards it. The shadows sort of coagulate slowly, starting to shift and close in around one another until suddenly they're kind of a bunching ball of sort of twisting darkness that has accumulated in the corner. And all at once you see as two luminous eyes, one red, peers out of the darkness at you, and you hear, "Whoa."
What color's the other eye?
Yellow, I believe. So you see one yellow, one red eye, as all at once a face kind of pushes forward, seeming to extrude out of the darkness, first led by a snout. You see two long white fangs coming down from the top that kind of overlap slightly with the lower jaw. One paw reaches slowly out, silently on the floor. Another one comes out, as a long, lithe, feline figure steps out of this strange little ball of darkness. It walks towards you slowly, staring at you. Again, this low kind of like just breathes out. There's this exhale as you smell sort of almost a sulfurous stench kind of washing out from it as it pads slowly over to you until its face is just inches from yours. And then it reaches up and kind of just rubs its cheek up against your face.
I kind of just start scritching right in the cheeks where like the little set markers are, just to really
It kind of like lifts its head, and its eyes close, and that sort of like starts leaning into it.
And it's physical, like I can feel her.
It's weird, she's physically there, but as you're going, like you can see where you scratch, where fur would normally, like hair would come off, instead it just kind of wisps off into like shadows that dissipate into the air around as you scratch, and you see kind of this like, shedding of shadows around it. And you kind of scratch all up and down, and she's very muchly there, although as you're kind of like focusing in on her, she stops all at once, kind of turns towards you, like licks up on the side of your face. And then as you've got your hand on the side of her head, kind of looking into her red eye, she gives one more, and then melts away into the shadows once more.
Weird dream.
At this point, you realize you really have to frickin' pee, and so.
Oh God.
Okay, you head out and do that, and I'm gonna need everybody to go ahead and roll hit die, please, as you all level up.
We did the thing.
Take 4, Cass. Take 4.
Take the 4. You take the 4. Good. Okay.
I'm re-rolling this one.
Roll the 1 on the die. Damn you, Scuba Steve.
That was the breaks.
He chose to re-roll a 3
Oh no.
and got a 2.
Oh no.
That's okay. Don't let other people talk down to you. You live your life, Roberto. I believe in you.
That was an incorrect decision that you should not make again.
Do it whenever you want.
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, that was always allowed.
I rolled a 2, took a 5.
Okay. Good.
I rolled a 2 and re-rolled a 10.
See? Works out
The
sometimes.
first time I re-rolled it was a cost, it was an 8, but I was like, well, shit.
Getting a 4.
I will take it.
Nice.
I'm happy.
Nice 4.
I got stuck in the corner between 9 and 1, and then I rolled it again, got the 9.
Stuck in the corner with you. All right. Okay, the night passes without incident, and you all come to alertness the following morning. Kaz, you have a splitting hangover. However, you all do feel fully rested and restored and ready to head on with the next day's journey. What are you hoping to do?
Oh, Earl. Oh, help me, Earl. How do you sleep? Not so great, I take it?
I'm okay. It's just weird dreams.
Have a lot of water. That's what I'd recommend. And what kind of dreams?
Oh, it felt like I was awake, but I saw my old cat, which can't be true, but it's just, I don't know, it's kind of nice to see her again, I guess.
That does sound like a good dream.
Really.
Edlin, you had something?
Oh, I'm just going to go downstairs and ask the innkeeper for some willow tea.
All right, yeah, without much trouble, you do go ahead and get some tea and some breakfast and all that.
Oh no, I'm just looking for willow bark tea that I'm going to take back up to Kaz.
Ah, nice.
Okay.
This is the best music for cat.
Spot on. Womp 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 womp. All right, Edlin brings you back up some willow bark tea. I'm assuming shifted into puka elf form.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'll
Rest
run
of
back a mouthful at a time.
Rest of you sort of make your way out of your rooms, coming downstairs and getting yourself some breakfast and refreshments for the morning. What are y'all looking to do today?
So, oh boy.
The monster hunter.
Oh man, you tied one on, didn't you?
It was a long day.
Woof.
Yeah.
Well, we still down to look for maybe some work at the Silgear Call, or do you want to see if the lady herself needs anything? What are y'all thinking?
Wouldn't mind check with you, gear.
With them, do we have to sign like a contract that we're then gonna work for them
A
for
little bit contagious.
a long time? Or
Well, we don't know. We never actually got there.
do you know?
The Seal Gear Kai usually operate on a, how do they?
On it?
Based on what you know, they operate much more on a contract basis. The more reputable your group is, the more likely they'll give you lucrative contracts, and you'll get better and better priority on contracts the more you do. Most of the time, newcomers either have to deal with the most the most drudgerous, I don't know, that's a word. The most drudgerous contracts or the most dangerous. So there's not really a lot of in between. It's either boring or brutal.
Something filthy lucrative.
So that's pretty much how it works.
Oh, all right.
Interesting.
I think we're, I know that a lot of us got hurt yesterday, but I feel like we could take on some brutal, I don't know. Also, I do want to find our rook as well.
All right. Yeah, all right. Well, it's not really, you don't want to spread somebody else's business.
He's a nice guy and we helped him out and I think he might owe us a favor. Do you know Robert? No, I already asked you and you said no, but you said something about that it's Sandy where he is.
Yeah. Quite
Or Stormy, I don't remember.
Maybe a 6,000
tumultuous with it.
By the way, we divvy up some winnings from yesterday.
Oh, I just threw that in party funds. Were we wanting to divvy that up?
Oh well. How much we got sitting in party funds anyway?
We're actually doing quite well. Oh, sorry.
I have no idea how much I have.
I kind of look around and I kind of, in a hushed tone, obviously stage whisper,
We're a little over 2,100 gold pieces.
Oh,
Wow. I've been pretty frivolous about making sure we're not wasting money.
like frivolous or frugal?
I've been where you are, friend.
Thank you.
Frivolously frugal.
Wow.
I like
Unnecessarily frugal.
I've
Aggressively.
been saving gold. We haven't been spending it.
Maybe we just walk up to the Seal Gear Call and be like, hey, you got anything that gives us 5,000 gold or more? And then, you know, if they do, then great. If not, we go see if Lady wants a favor.
Sounds good to me. I'm all down for that.
Is it on the way? We can stop by and ask her first.
Is it? Is the Seal Gear Call on the way to the lady's shop or vice versa?
Oh, for the magic shop? Seal Gear Call is on the eastern side, so it's totally like perpendicular, not at all on the same direction.
Okay.
It's near the barracks you were actually at before.
Which one's closer?
What about Daruk's?
Daruk's is now near the mustard grounds, and he is, you'd be aware, more into shipping, imports, exports, that kind of thing. So he's down towards the south side of Bara. That would be sort of on the way to the magic shop. It'd be past the magic shop, but the magic shop is on the way to Daruk's.
Okay.
How about this? How about some of us go over to the magic shop, ask her if she has anything or kind of what she can do. Another group goes and asks them, and we convene and just kind of discuss our options.
That's smart. Send muscle to muscle, send beautiful faces down to convince people. Yeah, I like that.
I would go with the muscle group, but since no one knows Daruk, I'll probably go with the pretty face group.
That's a good point.
So, if we're trying to like convince people and get jobs and things like that, should we get cleaned up a little bit first? There's
Yes,
so much
yes.
to do with prestidigitation.
Oh, a bath. Yes. No, we must find the bathhouse.
Bathhouse.
What if we meet at said bathhouse after we discuss business?
Well, see, we want to be pretty before we just discuss business, I think is the idea.
This is always pretty.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
So we're gonna split like a bed sauce and then come back together with a little grease.
Water.
Hopefully with less grease.
I'm not sure
that
how
went where
those
you wanted
work.
it to go.
Like the soap is made out of like fats.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I
okay.
think we should go to the bathhouse first and then send Helry, Saras, and Nobody to the people.
Actually,
Send Leoro and Kaz to the magic shop, and Desmond, Penny and I could go see your friend.
Actually, I think Cass has the right idea. First of all, they can clean themselves and Penny up, so you got that taken care of. I actually don't think we should be sparkly clean when we walk up. I think we should be a little bit battered, bruised, and bloodstained. If we're coming in, walking in, being like, "Hey, give us the toughest fight you got." We should not look like we should not be
Some
perfumed.
of it, but there's like only so much you can do with just
Well, if they
prestidigitation.
heard about the dust up last night, though, if you walk in and looking all beautiful and finely put together, they're going to go, they went through all of that and they look like this? Oh my God!
Yeah, it's a big if,
Some of
though.
you don't stink.
And I would like to have a bath afterwards.
I think that Seal Gear would probably appreciate a little bit of a gruff presentation. They're definitely rough and capable.
That's right, you know that.
I know a couple of them. Yeah, I did a little bit of training down there, but never got on any missions. So.
All right, so that's the plan then. All right, muscle to the call, face into the shop.
Penny, are you coming with us to the shop by chance?
Yeah, and then I'll go a little bit farther, but I'm going that way, so I can go to the shop too.
You don't go off by yourself.
No.
Okay.
I'm going along, I'm just not going to the shop.
Okay, so first bath, then seal gear, then shop. We're just going straight to the stuff.
Business first, then meet up later.
Okay, good.
You could go in as yourself, or as this self.
That's actually a good point.
I could.
Oh, okay. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Well,
I
I
was just.
don't know how much of a read she got off when she touched me.
Oh
Where'd she
yeah.
touch you?
Show us on the ferret.
Where did you just get this ferret helmet?
I don't know. Oh shit! Oh boy! Now I'm the asshole.
But I didn't
It
know
hits
what
that
else.
dog walker. Yeah. All right.
I'm just not going to go in.
So we're gonna go ahead and start with the seal gear call
Well,
group.
before, because
Sorry, go
the
ahead.
magic shop is how far of a walk?
Probably like 15 minutes.
15 minutes? All right.
10, 15 minutes.
I'm gonna grab the pretty boys, wrap my arms around their shoulders, pat them both on the cheeks and say, ow, ow, You're gonna do just fine. And I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability.
So I'm curious now. We have 3 pretty boys, so which ones are you referring to?
That's a good point.
All 3 of them.
I was talking about those 2. Completely forgot about Des, who will also be there. However, I cannot give it to you as well, so I'm going to give it to you 2.
It's alright, I keep my mask on, that's fine.
There we go.
We kind of need a face with the other group too, just in case.
No, he's going with you.
I thought I was going.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Let's go.
Although, actually, should you come to the call since you, know what's what?
I can go anywhere you like.
Why don't you come with us to the call?
Maybe keep an eye on things, just so we're all good.
Sure. All right. Sweet. Okay. So you got
Advantage on charisma checks for an hour.
Go start.
Very good. All right, for expediency's sake, we will say that you get over to the magic shop, no problem. You head on in there, and you do meet with Hildegard. Hello, darling. Welcome to Glint and Glimmer. And what can I do for you today?
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
You were there yet with me as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you were here, yes. Okay, yeah, sorry.
We were in here the other day and we
Oh, yes, of course, I remember you.
saw that Raven Crow circlet and we just loved it. So we wanted to see if there'd be a deal we could make, or we don't have enough funds at the moment, but we wanted to see if there'd be a deal we could work out or potentially some work we could do.
There's a lot of interest in that old thing lately. As far as work for me goes, I am always in need of, alchemical and mystical components. Generally speaking, I can make use of most of them. It's more a matter of reducing them down to their fundamental essences. So if you find any interesting components of various creatures or artifacts that might be of mystical import, then I would be happy to pay you for them.
Like a displacer coat type? Or did we already do that?
I think you already sold that.
Oh, kidding.
So a lot of stuff
I had
already.
to buy a lot to make the scroll that we have to make.
That's right.
Expensive.
Really expensive.
Okay, in that case, I think that we will probably have to come back to actually buy the thing, but we were wondering if we could make a deal now for a down payment, have you set it aside for us, and then possibly also get I would like to see also what the best possible offer you might be able to make for us. I don't know how long you've had it, but obviously it's on the relatively high end of the price range, so possibly you've been holding on to it for a while.
You did refer to it as old.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check at advantage.
Persuasion.
Okay, so
What's
that's
your
that 15 plus 7, 22.
Okay, 22. Truth be told, yes, I have been hanging on to it for some time. It's a bit ominous. Doesn't necessarily, most of what I sell,
Love ominous.
honestly, kind of quirks an eyebrow.
We're collectors of rare antiquities and strange things of all types. In fact, and I pull out the pendant of the Sunsworn. This we actually got is a cultist artifact. We actually acquired this very recently.
She picks up and takes. It's a rock.
It represents oddities. We're just intrigued in collectors.
Well, fair enough. And she hands it back to you. I mean, you don't have to justify it to me, but I would be happy to put a down payment on it. And I'm sorry, so Penny, you're also here, right?
I am here.
Okay.
I haven't met her before. 'Cause I've gone
Okay,
shopping
perfect. I
before.
can't. People keep flowing in and out of the shop.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's why I figured I'd add that in there.
All right, and I would be happy to place a holding fee on it for you. The longer you want me to hold it for, the more expensive it is, of course. I can hold it for a week for 500 gold pieces, and that is, of course, applied to the total cost for it at the end. If you choose not to purchase it, then the 500 gold pieces does stay with me.
How about this? And I take out the jewels that we just acquired, The 2 rubies and the topazes altogether comes to 725.
Just kind of takes a look at it.
How about we give you these and we say 2 weeks, just in case.
We had a 22 persuasion check, so I'm gonna say, yes, I think that'll be fine. Can't imagine we'll have much more interest in it, unless that large orcish woman comes back, but, well...
Well, not. We want this item.
Well, to be honest, she did not manage her pets very well, so I think I would prefer to sell it to you anyway.
You know, sometimes people just have the worst husbandry abilities ever. They just can't take care of their pets.
Should talk to my husband sometime. Anyway, but I get your drift. But if you're willing to part with these gems for now, I would be willing to apply 600 gold pieces to the final purchase and hold it for 2 weeks for you.
Thank you very much. That seems perfectly acceptable.
All right, sounds good. Incidentally, if you were looking to make some money, I am in need of a certain artifact, which, well, it would also, I'm certain, be able to fetch a bit of a bounty from the local guard, and I'm looking for the flail of a flind.
Flail of a fin?
Indeed.
A flint.
A flind. It is
It is a foe indeed.
A flind is a rather unsavory gnoll shaman, usually at the heart of a rather dangerous pack. I can't say this is a conquest for the faint of heart, but a flint flail is a very powerful artifact, which is generally only useful in the hands of the hands of the gnoll itself. However, I hope to be able to extract some distilled aspects of it for my own work. So, if you're willing to acquire from me a flint flail, then I will pay you 2,000 gold pieces for that.
Flint flail's a shoe jam.
You know,
flint flail device.
if we did this, instead of paying us 2,000 gold, would you be interested in 3,000 gold of credit towards that?
Trading check. At advantage.
Come on, you beautiful bastard.
That's crooked.
19 total.
Yeah, I think that can be arranged. I certainly can make great use out of the flail, so I'd be willing to offer you 3,000 towards the crown if you bring back the flint flail to me.
And do you have an idea of where we would go to find this item? Directions?
Yes, the gnoll pack in question is in the Krandar forest, a bit to the northeast of here. It's probably about a day and a half's journey through the forests. Take you, I would say, I would guesstimate 2 days to reach it total after traveling out of Bara. And I will say, though, that any gnoll pack that has a flint at the heart of it is certain to be quite the manxome foe indeed. So, do be careful and come fully prepared with a well-stocked slew of magical items you can acquire from your local magic shop.
I feel like she's pro.
She's good.
And since we are in a magic shop, and speaking of such, do you have healing potions by chance?
Of course. Yes, I have 5 standard healing potions on hand, as well as 2 greater. The greaters run for 200 gold pieces each, and the lessers run for 50 gold pieces each.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up 2 of the minor.
All right, 100 gold pieces.
I'll do the same, I think.
All right, 100 gold pieces.
Quick question,
And for
Jesse. Are we including Acquisitions Incorporated stuff?
that is that's official source material, so yeah, we can include it unless it's like blatantly technomancy, in which case we're gonna have to talk about that.
It is not Technomancy.
Okay, then yes.
Shopnomancy.
Shopnomancy.
Shop no jutsu.
There's some interesting spells.
There are some interesting spells.
I don't
feel like
know
it's
about
probably a
those
talk
yet,
after
and we
stream.
will talk
Yeah.
off stream about that, because I don't have that book. And is there anything I can get you, my dear?
Potions, certainly, maybe.
I don't think so. Do you have a bag of holding?
I do, in fact.
And how much is that?
A bag of holding from me would cost you 4,000 gold pieces.
Okay. No, I think I'm good.
All right.
Well, we will hopefully come across a Fin Flam and bring it back to you.
A flint flail.
Flaming flubber. We'll get you your item you're looking for, and we'll do business with you shortly.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Within the week, that's all.
All right. And you leave the gems with her, and you head on out.
Hey guys, so I may have not quite understood. Yesterday when they said like when we leave town we need to make sure we tell a guard that we're leaving town.
Yes.
Was there some expectation that they were hoping after we left town we'd be gone for a certain amount of time? Because I feel like if we're supposed to say, if they say don't leave town and when you do leave town let us know, then we're like, okay, well we'll leave town and then come back the next day. It seems like exactly the opposite of don't leave town.
I think it's more of just kind of let us know if you're leaving, not so much get out of town and don't come back.
They also wanted us to tell them where we were going. I think they just want to know, they want a status update on roughly where we'll be. So I think as long as we tell them we'll be back in a few days, I think it'll honestly be totally fine.
They just
Are
want
you
to know where
discussing this
to
inside
find
the
us.
shop?
Probably
Outside.
Okay.
Outside the shop, we could just tell them
Welcome.
we're going up here for 4 days or a week and then coming back, and they should, if they have a problem with this, they'll tell us.
Gosh, what's with all these people being like, hey, there's this group of humanoids. Go steal a body part from them.
I think it's
This is like the Fathom Pearl all over again.
It's in the body part.
Have you ever seen a
It's
gnoll?
their heart.
It's a weapon.
Flail.
A flail.
But then I thought they said you find it in the heart of. Nope.
that's
In the heart of a Gnoll tribe, in the heart of a Gnoll pack, right?
I was in the heart of the Knoll leader.
No. Like at the, no, like the chief, the central shaman of the tribe, of the
But we were
pack, you know.
stealing the literal heart of this leader and be like, here you go. We call it a flip
It's
flail.
the head of the heart of the
The
tribe.
flail was in you the whole time.
Maybe the real flail was the heart of the Knoll leader we met along the way.
Through the mists to
Okay.
Quain,
I
right?
feel
What?
better now.
You were attacked by gnolls. That was a ways away from the Krandar forest, though. So.
Yeah, but
um,
those things that attacked us when everybody was having fun with the mushroom stew, those were gnolls.
Well, I jumped down into the place we were resting.
That was.
Yes.
Oh, that was different.
But,
All right.
but we did have stew and we did see some cute dogs in the woods and killed them.
So, unfortunately, y'all, we are at time at this point. So we will pick up next week to determine what happens at the Sealgir Call and figure out where the party wants to go next on their adventure. However, y'all, thanks again for watching. Tune in next week at noon to discover what happens next on the adventures of Clan Destiny. So, thank y'all for watching and take care. Have a great rest of your week.